Check. Headphones aren't on. Check, check. 1, 2. Headphones. I can't hear anything. All right, that's better.
It's a little loud for me.
That is definitely loud.
Streaming, so.
Can I play Gangnam Style right now, please?
All the way down. Hello and welcome to Friday night. Whoa.
Too much.
Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and
Hello and welcome to Friday Night Football on Play On Sports. It's the PlayOnSports.com pregame show live from Joe Paul Stadium in beautiful St. Petersburg, Florida. I'm Tyler Crane with Earl McDonald on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Tonight's matchup features the visiting Montverde Eagles against the host St. Pete Catholic Barons. Montverde comes into tonight's game with an overall record of 0-6, while the home team, St. Pete Catholic, is 2-4. Earl, welcome into the broadcast. What are you looking forward to here tonight?
Well, I think we're going to see an interesting matchup between two schools that have struggled most of the season. One of them in particular, Montverde Academy, is bringing their football program back essentially from the dead. They have not played football since 1930, and last year their headmaster decided that they're in the Tampa area, they need to be a part of football. And so they put a team together, and they're young and inexperienced and struggling, but seem to be having a good time, and hopefully they'll do well tonight.
So the Eagles come into tonight's game looking for their first win of the season and their first win since 1930. That's a very, very long time. Let's switch it over to the St. Pete Catholic Barons. Earl, they come in tonight with a 2-4 record. Let's talk about their running back, Ryan Green.
Well, they've actually got 3 superstar running backs, but Ryan Green is the head of the 3. He is the team captain, and he is already committed to playing big boy football next year at Florida State.
Well, tonight should be a very, very interesting matchup. Both teams coming off of losses, so both of them come into this game trying to get that win. Montverde looking for their first, St. Pete Catholic trying to get one below 500. We have the coin toss at midfield right now. Earl, what do you expect Montverde to try to do to slow down some of the running game for St. Pete Catholic?
Well, I think Montverde's probably going to try to establish their own running game and work a little bit of time of possession and slow the game down a little bit. Unfortunately, that probably won't help them a lot based on the strength of the three-headed running back committee that the home team's going to be wielding tonight.
Yes, Montverde is going to have to win the line of scrimmage defensively to just stop that running attack of St. Pete Catholic. Now, for St. Pete Catholic, you have a team coming into your home stadium that hasn't won all year. What do you have to do, if you're St. Pete Catholic, what do you have to do to make sure that you don't overlook a team like this?
Yeah, that's a common problem really at every level of competition. A lot of times athletes, especially the younger ones at the high school level, will tend to look past an opponent and think they're not that good, we're just going to show up and roll through them. But, again, this is a group that really wants to be on the football field. They've put the football team together for the first time in over 70 years. They want to play. And if you overlook them, they're going to surprise you.
Teams are shaking hands right now at midfield here at Joe Paul Stadium. We're about to get underway. We'll see who won the toss in a second here, but Earl, coming into this game, Montverde 0-6. we just talked about not overlooking a team like this. What would it be like for them to get their first win of the season?
Well, that'd be huge. It would be a huge, momentous victory for them. They know that even though the home team's coming in with a fairly poor record as well at 2-4, they know that this team is absolutely loaded, especially at running back, and they're certainly going to be deeper than them at every position and more experienced than them at every position. So a victory for them would be an overwhelming morale builder for the rest of their season.
St. Pete Catholic is coached by Steve Dudley, and Montverde Academy is coached by Brian Trewick. If you're a head coach starting a new program at Montverde, what are you looking for in your first season?
I think you're just looking to identify talent and players and skills so that perhaps for the end of this season and then for future seasons, you'd have a better idea as to what players to put where and then what you can do with them. Right now they're starting at nose guard on their defensive line, a freshman who's 5'4". Presumably he's got the best skills for that position, and they're hoping that he'll grow into the position and be, maybe 5'10" when he comes in next fall.
We're about to kick off here at Joe Paul Stadium. Kicking off for St. Pete Catholic is Adam Bermudez. Bermudez tees it up at the 40. Sets his team up, just waiting on the officials now. Puts his hand in the air. Looks to the official. And our game is off. It's a short kick. It is fielded by Caleb Stafford at about the 30-yard line. He's hit immediately, tackled by Justin Piazza. So Montverde will start with some good field position at the 30-yard line. Quarterbacking for Montverde is Tyler DeClerc, a freshman, a 6'1" freshman, so a quarterback with some size, Earl.
Yeah, that's a tremendous asset at this level of the game to have a quarterback that's that tall. As many of you will know, there are a handful of quarterbacks playing in the NFL that aren't that tall. One of them we're going to be seeing here in Tampa on Sunday, and that's Drew Brees.
Montverde lines up in the I formation. DeClerc under center. Single back formation, two split out wide. He'll hand the ball off. It's a flea flicker right back to him. They're going deep, looking for his receiver. It's knocked away at the last second by Drew Harding, the defensive back for St. Pete Catholic. Great play.
That was a great play and a nice effort on the first play from scrimmage to throw a little trick play in and see what happens. Unfortunately, the defenders were ready.
If you're 0-6, why not?
Right.
So 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line. Montverde Academy wearing yellow pants, white jerseys, and yellow helmets. St. Pete Catholic in all black and gold helmets. Same formation. DeClerc under center. This time does make the handoff. That handoff goes to Myron Fleming, the 5'7" senior. He doesn't get too far. Looks like he gained just a few yards, just barreling past the line of scrimmage. Montverde will huddle up, and they'll have a 3rd and about 9 situation in their first drive here tonight. 11:15 left here in the first quarter early on. DeClerc went over to the sidelines to get some instructions from his head coach, Brian Trewick. Comes quickly to the huddle. He'll line up under center. Still a single back formation. 2 wide receivers, one to the left, one to the right. DeClerc takes the snap, drops back. Quick throw to the outside. He has a receiver to the outside. The receiver makes the catch, but it'll be short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. We'll see what Montverde wants to do. It looks like they're going to send in their punting unit. Fourth and about 6, only 3 yards on that play. So Montverde will punt it away here early in the first quarter. Here's the left-footed kick. The ball bounces at the 30-yard line. It goes behind the receiver, Chris White. Chris White cuts it up the sideline, tries to cut inside, fumbles the football, recovers it. There's a flag on the play. Might be a face mask here on number 78, Son Vo, the left guard.
Yeah, that was a shame there because they got a great friendly bounce on that punt, and they did get by the receiver, and they had a chance to really pin him deep, but they couldn't get down and bust the wedge quick enough, and he was able to pick up the ball after retreating about 10 yards and make some yards with it.
Number 19 is the punter for Montverde. He's not listed on their team roster, so we're going to have to come up with a name for him here tonight. It'll be a 5-yard face mask penalty. That moves the ball to the 41 of their own territory for St. Pete Catholic. They come out in a shotgun formation. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 1 back next to their quarterback, Jack Sheehan, the sophomore. The sophomore hands the ball off to Tony Jones. Tony Jones cuts it up the middle, gets all the way down to the Montverde 45-yard line. Great run on first down and a 15-yard gain on St. Pete Catholic, the Barons' first play of the ball game.
Yeah, and that's one of the 3 heads of this 3-headed running back monster. That one was Tony Jones. We'll also keep our eyes out for Jaquan Fuller and Ryan Green, of course.
So St. Pete Catholic on their first possession, going down the field quickly on the first play. 1 receiver in motion, that's Sneed. The handoff goes outside to Sneed. Sneed gets about 7 yards. There is a flag on the play. Looks like an illegal substitution call. So St. Pete Catholic will have that run nullified, and they'll have to drop back on the penalty. And that's never something you want to do right away after 2 strong runs.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame that they followed up those 2 great plays with a penalty like that. Also, for viewers that are familiar with St. Pete Catholic, it looks like Ryan Green has been injured prior to tonight's game and is sitting on the sideline with a baseball hat on. So I don't think he's playing tonight.
So we'll see a lot of Tony Jones then here tonight. Penalties marked off. It'll be a 5-yard penalty, so the ball goes back to exactly midfield. It'll be 1st and 15. 9:32 left in the first quarter. 0-0 early on here at Joe Paul Stadium. St. Pete Catholic huddles up, waiting for the play call from the sidelines. And if you're Montverde here, you have to really like St. Pete Catholic on that second play, picking up that penalty.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to need a few breaks tonight, I think.
Pitch play to the outside to Jones. He'll go to the left. He pile drives 1 defender for an extra 3 or 4 yards. He gains 6 on the play and gets inside the Montverde 40 to about the 39-yard line.
I think that was 11 with the penalty yardage.
You are correct. So an even better run than I gave him credit for. So he gains back most of the yards they did pick up on first down, does Jones. It'll be a 2nd and 5 instead of a 2nd and 3. So far it looks like the Barons are just having their way at the line of scrimmage. Sheehan puts a receiver in motion, takes the snap, pitch to the outside to Jones again, this time to the right side. He cuts inside, gets to the 30, to the outside, gets pushed out of bounds down the sideline at around the 16-yard line. It'll be a first down, St. Pete Catholic.
Now, St. Pete Catholic does average about almost 90 yards throwing a game, but I think in a game like this, I think they're hoping to run it almost every play.
If you're winning the line of scrimmage like they are, there's no reason to stop running the football.
Right, and I'm sure they're as aware as we are that they have a lot of youth and inexperience and undersized players on that defensive front.
Sheehan will be under center again. 3 wide receiver set, puts 1 in motion, hands the ball off inside, this time to Josh Sneed. Sneed gets to the outside, gets knocked, stays up, gets into the end zone, and it'll be a touchdown for St. Pete Catholic. Looks like that was Adrian Sneed, not Josh Sneed, his brother. So Sneed gets into the end zone for the first touchdown of the game. St. Pete Catholic goes up 6-0. They'll bring in Adam Bermudez for the extra point.
Adam Bermudez out for the extra point.
Bermudez sets his placement. Jack Sheehan will be the holder. Sheehan on the extra point. Bermudez up. That kick goes through the uprights, and St. Pete Catholic leads this game 7-0. So a great drive on the first series for the Barons. And all that series, they marched down the field in less than 2 minutes. They get a nice run from Adrian Sneed, about a 20-yarder to the left side to get into the end zone. He did a great job maintaining balance during that whole run.
He did, and Adrian Sneed is not even really one of the two backs we thought we'd be looking out for tonight. We thought it would be mostly Tony Jones and Jaquan Fuller, but we've also seen a few runs by Sneed.
So 7-0 St. Pete Catholic. 8 minutes left in the first quarter. Tyler Crane, Earl McDonald here with you from Joe Paul Stadium. Earl, if you're Montverde after St. Pete Catholic just marches down the field, runs the football every single play, and scores a touchdown, what do you need to do to respond?
Well, you need to get the drive together of your own. It doesn't even necessarily have to score at this point in the game, although that'd be great. But you just need to put yourself together a drive. Move the ball down the field, get some runs, get some passes under your belt, and get the ball moved down the field to slow the game down and keep some time of possession.
Bermudez will kick it off from the 40. This kick's a deeper one than his first. Montverde does receive. That's Myron Fleming. Fleming to the outside. Gets knocked out of bounds right around 30-yard line. They'll mark him just short at the 28, and Montverde will start from there.
A decent little return, and that won't hurt them either. That'll be good starting field position for them. Let's see what they can do with it.
So on the first possession, Montverde Academy only gained about 5 yards. They're going to have to do better than that on this second possession to be able to respond to that touchdown by Adrian Sneed. DeClerc under center. One wide receiver to the left, one to the right. He has single back formation. He will make the handoff. Not too much there for his running back Fleming on that play. It looks like he just fell over the line of scrimmage for a gain of a few inches. So it'll be 2nd and about 10 from around the 30-yard line. They gave him a much better spot there on that kickoff return than we originally thought.
Yeah. And my guess is when they're going to run, they're going to either run right up the middle or way out to the sides.
DeClerc takes the snap. There'll be a whistle on the play. There might have been some movement up front. We'll see what the call is from our officials.
Now, the reason I made that assessment about their run game is that their only real sizable offensive linemen are the center and the two guards. So all three of those guys are over 6 feet tall. So if they're going to be able to try and do any power running, it's going to be right up the middle. And then if they're going to run it to the outside, they're probably going to try to go way to the outside. One of their tackles is only 5'9".
It's a great point, Earl. If you're going to run power to the inside, you're going to have to go to your strongest area, and that's going to be those guys who are the big guys. Penalty was on the Barons. It was an offside penalty, so 5 yards free for the Eagles. DeClerc takes the snap, hands the ball off to Fleming. He gets hit behind the line of scrimmage, is able to fall to the 35-yard line. No gain on the play. And we've seen the Eagles just try to run the football, and they're not getting anywhere up the middle. Is it time to try something to the outside?
Well, that one, it looked like they tried to run off tackle, which is exactly what I was saying they needed to avoid just because they're yielding too much size. Running it off to your right tackle when their right tackle is 5'9" as a freshman, you're just probably not going to have much success doing that. You need to get way to the outside or pound it up the middle.
3rd and 5. Here's the snap from DeClerc. He looks for a receiver, throws the ball up, has a receiver over the middle. That is number 19, and he catches the ball, gets past midfield, and Montverde picks up their first down of the ball game. Great throw by DeClerc on the slant route. I wish we knew who that number 19 was. He seems like he's going to be very involved in the offense here tonight.
Apparently so. I don't know if there was a number change or if one of the 4 men that I found on the roster that didn't have a number is perhaps taking number 19 for the night.
And he looks like he's a great target for DeClerc. He's a tall receiver. In the mold of a Keyshawn Johnson with the number 19 popping into my head this whole broadcast. 7-0 here in St. Pete, Florida. 6:17 left in the first quarter. The St. Pete Catholic Barons lead the Montverde Academy Eagles. And so far, Earl, what have you seen from both teams that you have liked?
Well, we saw a lot of what we expected from St. Pete with running it and running it to multiple backs and continuing to pound it until they got a score. And I have a feeling that we're going to continue to see that as the game progresses. For Montverde, it looks like this second possession, they've done exactly what I said they needed to do. They're starting to put together a drive. They've also gotten lucky on a couple of breaks on 2 penalties, but that's fine. They're going to need, when you're 0-6 playing your first, fielding your first football squad in over 70 years, you're going to need some breaks if you're going to win some games that first season.
So after an official timeout, we'll restart play here in the first quarter. The Eagles just passed midfield in their opponent's territory. Ball's fumbled at the snap, but there's a flag on the play. We'll see who moved up front. Looks like the officials are pointing towards the defense. And it will be an offsides call against the Barons. So that's 2 penalties that have significantly helped out the Eagles on this drive. Those are the penalties you always want to avoid. We'll restart play. It'll be 1st and 5 from the 44-yard line for the Eagles. I keep looking at this game thinking this looks like LSU and Vandy in the SEC. DeClerc lines up under center. He'll have 1 receiver to the left, 1 to the right. He'll have Fleming behind him. He does make the handoff to Fleming. He's hit immediately, but does fall forward and gains about a half a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and still about 5, but a shorter 5 this time. I don't know if I keep running the football if I'm Montverde in this situation. I've seen a lot of success throwing the football so far.
I have. I mean, the only thing I would worry about is if they're using the run to set up the pass, in which case they've got to keep running it some. But, yeah, their passing game has not looked too bad.
DeClerc, the 6'1 freshman under center, in the same formation, drops back to pass, throws it over the middle. He has a receiver. That one's caught over the middle by number 19. He drags the defender all the way down to about the 11-yard line. Another great throw by DeClerc and just a huge target over the middle at receiver for the quarterback.
Yeah, I'm trying to, by process of elimination, figure out who he might be. But most of the other numbers that we had on the roster are represented, so I'm not sure yet.
Well, we do have a number 16 listed on our roster. That's a 6'4 junior. He looks like a pretty tall player.
Yeah, but there is a 16 on the field also. I just don't know if somebody else took his number and then he took 19 or what happened.
Well, unfortunately, the receiver on the play is down at the 11-yard line. Never like to see that.
No, that's never, especially in high school football. These are just kids after all. Some of them are as young as 14 and 15. Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play on Sports school broadcast program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Well, DeClerc's favorite target was able to limp off the field. We'll have to see what they do without him. He did get up, was hobbling a little bit, and looks like he's just got to shake that one off.
Yeah, that's good, though. Hopefully he'll be better.
DeClerc under center. He'll have a receiver to the left, one receiver to the right, and Fleming behind him at running back. He does make the handoff to Fleming, who tries to cut inside, but just as every single running play all game long, Fleming is buried inside for only inches of a gain.
Yeah. Now, in trying to figure out the last-minute roster change, we're doing a little bit of detective work from up here in the booth, which is always a challenge. But number 16 on my roster was listed as being 6'4", and the player wearing 16 tonight does not, to me, look like he's 6'4".
And that could happen when you have a brand new program.
Absolutely.
There are probably many number changes throughout the season, especially on a team with only 22 kids.
Yeah,
DeClerc takes the snap, hands it off to Fleming. Fleming gets a little further this time, but he's hit at about the 10-yard line. Gains a yard on the play, better than a few inches.
Yeah, I chained my roster directly from the athletic department earlier today, and yet there have been changes already. Unfortunately, they're significant ones. We'd love to give this kid credit. We just don't know who he is for sure.
7-0 St. Pete Catholic. 3:16 left in the first quarter, but the Montverde Eagles are driving. It's 3rd and 8 on the Barons' 10-yard line. Big third down here for the team without a win on the season.
Yeah, this is a critical conversion for them. Even if they don't end up scoring, just to get the drive going longer, maintain possession, build confidence, everything else.
There'll be a timeout by the Montverde Eagles. That'll be their first of the half. They're going to talk this situation over and come up with the best play that they have in their playbook. This is an important down for the Eagles.
Yeah, and I'd like to see him come out and run either a play action or just a straight-up pass that involves a slant to one of their decent-sized targets at receiver. They've got several targets out there that are taller than 6 foot, and their quarterback, although young as a freshman, is 6'1". So there's not really any reason why they couldn't complete a pass here and convert this first.
And it's going to be a lot more difficult for them when the field is much more condensed than it was when they were getting those slants over the middle when they had some more space. St. Pete Catholic can really do a much better job of bottling up all the areas because they don't have to go as far.
Right.
If I'm DeClerc, I'm still looking for my favorite target, the biggest target. I feel on these kind of plays, that's the time you go for a fade route. That's the time you try to put something in the end zone.
Yeah, it's not a bad play call at all. I'd love to see something like that too. Especially if he throws it a little high, so lets his receiver go up for it.
And we'll see what kind of defense St. Pete Catholic will line up in. Looks like they're going to put a standard 4-3 defense out there. They move the cornerbacks and safeties up. One safety in the box. Quick throw to the outside. It's batted down by number 58. A great play by Justin Travis on the defensive line to tip DeClerc's throw to the ground. It was a screen play set up. Not a bad idea for the Eagles.
No, I mean, if you've got players with skill positions on the outside, get them the ball, let them do the work. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a very good play call. It just, unfortunately, brilliant execution on the defensive line or the linebacker core. It's more of a linebacker's number, but I'm not sure where he was lined up for it. Snuff that play out.
So 4th and 8, and the Eagles will attempt a field goal. Their kicker, a left-footed kicker, Enrique Aguayo, puts this one up. That one is straight through the uprights. And the Montverde Eagles have their first points of the game here with 2:48 left in the first quarter. 7-3, the St. Pete Catholic Barons still lead it. But a good drive in response to the touchdown, Earl.
Yeah, and it's exactly what I said they needed to do. They needed a long, sustained drive. That one was, it looks like it was over 5 minutes by my recollection. And they got some points off it. In addition, they got 3 and made the game a 4-point game with almost at the end of the first quarter. I think that's an excellent play, an excellent drive, excellent decision-making by the coaching staff of Montverde. And a couple of breaks didn't hurt along the way.
No, a couple penalties by St. Pete Catholic that really hurt them on this drive, allowing Montverde to go into their playbook, throw the football a little bit more than they did when they were on the other side of their field in their own territory. And when they did throw the football, they really took advantage of it.
They certainly did.
So 7-3 here in beautiful St. Petersburg, Florida. Great weather today here
nice.
in the Sunshine State. So the Eagles will kick off after their first points of the ball game. Justin Piazza back to receive for the Barons. We'll see how deep of a kick this is for the Eagles. Quick onside kick. Ball doesn't go 10 yards. The Eagles do recover it. I don't see a flag down. Oh, the referee finally throws it. That ball did not go 10 yards, but a good try to get the ball back quickly after scoring some points.
Yeah, I'm not sure when they made contact. They could have been running along with it without making contact and then got it after, but they did throw a flag because it did appear that they touched the ball before 10 yards.
I don't know who touched it, but there was about 2 or 3 players that ball bounced off of about 8 yards down the field. And it was an interesting formation. They tried to come out bunched together so they could come out and block some of the guys who were up front for St. Pete Catholic. They were unable to do so, but unfortunately on that play, we have an injury for Montverde. Looks like someone who was really at the bottom of that pile trying to get that football.
Yeah, that's what it appears to be, but the referees are sort of blocking. It does look like he's getting up.
He is getting up. That is actually the kicker, Enrique Aguayo, for Montverde. It will be a penalty on the Eagles. We'll see where they mark this, whether they're going to re-kick it or if St. Pete Catholic's going to take the ball at the 50-yard line. What would you do?
I would probably go ahead and take the ball. With the running game that you've got and the inexperience and size they've got on defense, I would go ahead and take the ball and run with it.
We're waiting for the official call. Illegal touching on the Eagles. St. Pete Catholic will just take the ball where it is at the 49-yard line. Oh, it looks like they actually waved the penalty flag off. And Montverde will actually have possession of the football. That's interesting.
That is very surprising.
Because the ball has to go 10 yards, and they didn't even mark the ball 10 yards down the field. And now the official's coming in to make that mark, it looks like. Nope, that's a very, very interesting...
No, St. Pete has the ball.
That was a very confusing moment on the field.
Yes, it was.
All right. Takes the snap. Quarterback keeper, St. Pete Catholic does. Sheehan gets to the outside and gets to the 45. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very slow decision, and I think the injury had something to do with that.
Yep. And any of our viewers that have watched our other broadcasts will know that at the high school level, often the communication between the scoreboard, the referees, and the press box is not as fluid as it is at other levels of play.
I'm used to calling games in the Big East. It's not even that great there either. Sheehan will take the snap. He has his receiver Sneed and open in motion. He hands the ball off to Jones. Jones gets down the middle of the field. He'll make about a 28-yard run down to the 20-yard line for a first down for the Barons.
The Barons, Tony Jones with a 23-yard carry.
So it'll be first down and 10 at the 21-yard line, and the Barons wasted no time running the football once again.
Yep, and so far Tony Jones has been doing the majority of the work for the running attack.
There have been no passing plays here by the Barons. They line up in the I formation. Pitch play to the outside to Jones. Flag goes flying. Jones gets the outside, gets hit out of bounds at about the 18-yard line.
There's a chance that's a delay of the game penalty.
Might be a delay of game penalty, as Earl says. That flag went up very, very early, and the Barons do appear to be walking backwards. or standing their ground. They finally start walking backwards, so it will be a penalty on the black and gold. They'll replay first down. 1st and 15. Well, it looks like an even deeper penalty than 15 yards. Let's see where the referee marks the ball. He does mark it. They just walked back a little further than they needed to. Be 1st and 15. Illegal formation. Maybe there wasn't too many people on the line of scrimmage there for the Barons. 1st and 15. Sheehan under center. See what formation they line up in here. This time, they line up in a split back formation. Sheehan back. First throw of the ball game to the outside is incomplete. He was trying to find his receiver to the outside. That's number 5, Marcus Rappel. Rappel tried to go down and get it, but it was a low throw from Sheehan on first down.
Yeah, and Rappel is one of his favorite targets. He's got 2 of them. He likes to throw to Rappel, and he also likes to throw a lot to Chris White. So if he's going to throw, look for one of those 2 guys to be the target.
Offset I formation. Snead in motion. Pitch to the outside left behind Snead. This pitch goes to Jones. Jones cuts inside down the left hash and gets down to about the 23-yard line. It'll be 3rd and about 7 or 8. Ball down to the 28-yard line. Pardon me.
Barons, Tony Jones.
7-3 St. Pete Catholic. 55 seconds left in the first quarter. Looks like the Barons are content to run this play clock down in the first quarter and run one last play and then move on to the second quarter and switch sides of the field. Sheehan with the I formation behind him. Pitch play to the right side. Fumble. Finally, Jones is able to pick it up. He did lose it once again. We'll see what the referees call. They call 4th down. So Jones was able to recover his own fumble, and that'll do it here for the first quarter of play. Barons ahead 7-3 at the end of 1. But a great first quarter for the Eagles, coming in 0-6 on the season. They're still in the ball game.
Absolutely. They're still in the ball game, and really only 4 points down depending on the results of this drive in the first few minutes of the second quarter.
So we'll see what decision that St. Pete Catholic makes, whether they kick the field goal or go for it on 4th down. At this point, I think you kick the field goal.
Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/playonnetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
So recap of the first quarter. St. Pete Catholic gets on the board first with a 20-yard touchdown run from Adrian Snead. Talk a little bit about that run, Earl.
Well, that was a great one because they've been going to Jones so much that with a slightly different twist on their offensive play, they were still able to essentially just run to the left like they'd done 100 times tonight already, it seemed. But it gave a very different look. Montverde was keying on Jones. Jones didn't have the ball, and Snead was able to get just a little bit of extra boost, got around the corner to the outside, and just pressed on and made a really, really good touchdown run.
And then the Montverde Academy Eagles are able to get on the board with a 25-yard field goal. Talk about that drive to respond to the Snead touchdown.
Well, it was exactly what you and I talked about. What they needed to do was sustain a drive, eat some clock, work time of possession, and maybe get some points out of it. And that's exactly what they did.
So here's the start of the second quarter. A 47-yard field goal attempt. That one goes wide left for Adam Bermudez. And the Montverde Eagles have to be very thankful for the missed field goal as they take over in some great field position.
Yeah, that's going to be another minor break for Montverde. Let's see what they can do with it.
Down 7-3 at the start of the second quarter. Montverde takes over on the missed field goal. We'll see what kind of strategy they'll have going down the field this time. They started running the football in the first quarter. Then they started to open up the offense, and they were able to move the ball down the field with their passing game.
That's exactly right, and I think that's what they need to continue to do. When you've got a quarterback that's 6'1", even if he is a slightly inexperienced freshman, he's going to be able to see over those lines, and he's going to be able to see down the field well, and he's going to get good reads, and he should be able to find a passing lane on most of his passing attempts. And I think that's where they should focus going forward in this game with their offense. He's also got a couple of nice big targets out there that can catch the ball for him. So I would say, still run some, but utilize that passing game.
DeClerc has two receivers to the left, one to the right. Fleming behind him and as the only single back. He'll hand the ball off to Fleming. Fleming cuts inside, gets hit immediately at the line of scrimmage. Once again, keeps those legs driving. But the officials say his forward momentum was stopped right at the 20-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Eagles. But they did a little something different on that run play. Fleming actually took the handoff from DeClerc's right hand. DeClerc has been handing off with his left hand all game long. Very interesting to see the change in strategy just to see if you can find that extra hole.
Right. They need to try anything they can that can get them, that extra half second at the beginning of a play to get some, find a hole before it closes, that kind of thing. So it was a worthwhile effort.
2nd and 10 for DeClerc and the Eagles. Two wide receivers to the right, one to the left. He takes the snap. DeClerc is pressured inside. Good block inside. Gets away from the pocket, but it looks like he is going to be taken down by Justin Piazza on the inside with this sack. Just a relentless motor going after DeClerc on that play.
Yeah, he never stopped. He made every cut with the quarterback and was never able to. So DeClerc was never able to get any separation as he tried to get away.
So a 5-yard loss on the sack from Justin Piazza for the Eagles. 3rd and 15. What kind of play are you going to pull out on 3rd and 15 now? Do you go conservative and punt the ball away or throw the football?
Well, I think they're going to try to throw it here and see what they can do. I just don't know if they're going to throw deep or try another screen or something.
DeClerc takes the snap. He will hand the football off to Fleming. Fleming gains 2 yards down to the right side. It will be 4th down. And I think in a 7-3 ball game, pinned deep into your own territory, I think that was the smart play call by head coach Brian Trewick.
Yeah, I still probably would have preferred some kind of pass play, like I say, maybe another screen, and let's see if your star can do something with it when he gets a little open space. But I can certainly understand that call. Kick it as deep as you can and let your defense make a stand.
Very conservative call early in the first half. We will have a timeout from the Eagles. But after the missed field goal, Montverde not able to capitalize on that opportunity on the change of possession.
No, not at all. I mean, they didn't even get positive yardage before they're having to punt back, which is quite a shame. It would have been really nice for them for build their confidence if they could have worked up another drive. Again, not even necessarily having to score a touchdown on it, but a drive to eat some time of possession, limit the number of possessions that St. Pete Catholic is going to have in this first half, and maybe get some points out of it if you get further enough down the field. But unfortunately, they went 3 and out.
The Eagles will punt the football away on their own 17-yard line. They did give Fleming 3 yards on that play. I was kind of shocked he got more than one after how many people hit him at the initial line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
The Eagles in a protective punt formation. Back deep to receive for the Barons is Chris White. Punt is almost blocked, but this one's high up in the air. The ball will bounce at the 43-yard line right to White. White spins around, cuts inside, but is taken down by Enrique Aguayo at the 46-yard line. A great play by Aguayo to take White down and not allow him to spin around and find a seam on that kick return.
Yeah, he obviously has the quickness, and even though that one was high and short and bounced, it bounced right to his hands, and he easily could have made a play out of that. But Montverde stopped him.
Those are the bounces you dream of as a punt returner or a kick returner at any level of football, right to you, and a quick bounce
Yes.
to you. That opens up so many options.
And he clearly has the quickness and skills to use that opportunity. But, again, a really, really nice coverage play by Montverde to stop him.
So the Barons take over in Eagle territory at the 44-yard line, 1st and 10. They come out in a 3-wide receiver shotgun set. Sheehan has his back, Jones to his left. 1 receiver in motion. Now 3 receivers to the left. Handoff inside to Jones. Jones is able to get through the hole inside and pick up about 3 yards on the first down carry. Great shifty move to gain a couple of yards on that play.
Yeah, Jones has shown a lot of ability to make a little something out of nothing. He hasn't been able to turn any of those into, big 40 and 50-yard runs, but the idea that you can turn what looks like it's going to be a 0 to 1 yard gain into a 4 to 6 yard gain, that's a huge advantage for a team as the game goes on, especially as the game gets later in the second half. A running back who can do that for you, who can turn a 0 to 1 into a 4 to 6, that's going to be huge.
Sheehan will line up under center on this play. Play action pass, rolls to the left, finds his receiver in the flat. That's Ruppel. Ruppel cuts inside at the 30-yard line, is able to gain about 8 more yards, still on his feet, somehow shifting all the way down to the 13-yard line. Wow, that was a great individual effort by Marcus Ruppel on the outside to the left.
It absolutely was. He caught the ball. It was only probably 3 yards over the line of scrimmage when he caught it, but he caught it in stride and was able to keep running, build up a nice level of speed. And again, as we talked about even before the game started, there are a lot of defenders that are simply too young and too small at this point to be able to make big plays like that.
And that was a great play. That's a quarterback who's right-handed, rolling out to his left, making a very difficult throw to Ruppel, but a throw that was right on the money off the play action.
Yeah, it was a perfect throw.
Sheehan under center. He has Snead in motion. Sheehan hands it off to Jones inside. He gets through all the way to the end zone. And Tony Jones with St. Pete Catholic's second running touchdown of the first half. First it was Snead, now it was Jones, and they lead 13-3 pending the extra point.
Yeah, it was a beautiful run and a beautiful delayed handoff on Sheehan's part as well.
So Bermudez will come in to kick. Sheehan will hold. Kick is up. That's good for the extra point. And St. Pete Catholic leads Montverde Academy 14-3. And we talked about the Eagles responding after the initial touchdown by the St. Pete Catholic Barons. But after you go down a couple of scores, now you're down 14-3. How much more important is it to come up with a big drive here?
Well, the last 2 possessions, you asked me what I thought they needed to do, and both times I thought they needed to put a drive together, but didn't necessarily need points. Now I'm going to switch positions and say they need to put a drive together that results in points.
If they put a drive together, whether it resulted in points or not on the last time, they would have been able to at least change the field position a little bit. Mm-hmm. That was too short of a field for St. Pete Catholic to go. Only 44 yards, and they were able to accomplish that in only 3 plays on the field.
Yeah. They, like I say, they've got to put a drive together, and they really need points, at least another field goal.
So 2 rushing touchdowns for the St. Pete Catholic Barons. And if you're St. Pete Catholic on the offensive side of the ball, do you ever stop running?
I don't think so. I think unless something dramatically changes, I would think that you've got no more than 6 pass attempts left in this game.
Bermudez, after the successful extra point, will kick it off. Now the Eagles tried an onside kick. It doesn't look like the Barons will attempt to do that.
No, and they really don't have any reason to.
The game Nick Grenowitz and I did last week featured about 15 onside kicks between Keswick Christian and the team they were facing. It was incredible. The kick did go deep from Bermudez. The ball is on the 9-yard line.
That's a live
Montverde
ball.
better pick it up. They finally do.
I think he was hoping it was going to roll into the end zone, but it's a live ball if it doesn't.
It was a live ball, and you could see how excited the Barron crowd got to see the Eagles back off that ball a little bit. That was another number we don't have on the roster, number 23, trying to go after that ball, and he didn't make up his mind.
Yeah, he's got to make decisions quicker than that.
So, terrible starting field position for the Eagles, and that's not what you want to have coming off of a touchdown that put the other team ahead by 2 scores.
Yeah, the only way this ends up good is if they do exactly what we talked about and drive it down the field, preferably eating up most of this second quarter and get some points out of it, because otherwise this field position could be a killer and could be the turning point of the game. This possession could be huge.
There is a flag down even before this drive gets started.
Half the distance. That's against the Montverde.
Montverde will be called for the penalty. It looks like it will be illegal formation or an illegal substitution. Either way, half the distance to the goal. And if you're the Barons at this point, you might smell a wounded animal. Is this the time that you go after the quarterback or even the running back on a run blitz?
Yeah, I would say execute a blitz here no matter what they're doing.
DeClerc takes the snap. A whistle did blow before the snap. Do we have another flag on the play? There's a flag on the far side of the field. We'll see what this call is. Be nice to get some plays in here at the start of this drive.
Yeah.
Barons lead 14-3. Illegal substitution on the defense. So that'll be a 5-yard penalty. So it'll be, this is something weird to say, 1st and about 6.
Yeah, you don't hear that one every day.
Tyler Crane, Earl McDonald here from St. Pete, Florida. Barons lead 14-3. DeClerc takes the snap. He will throw the ball to the outside. Has a receiver. That one is nearly picked off. It is picked off the deflection, but there is a flag down on the play. Tony Jones ended up with the football, but it looks like there will be some sort of interference or holding on the defense. Now the ball was deflected initially, but it looked like that flag came out before the ball was deflected. Chris White got the initial deflection for St. Pete Catholic. Pass interference on the Barons. So a lucky break for the Eagles because the pass that DeClerc threw up was a duck. There was 2 defenders right there who were able to get their hands on it.
Yeah, let's see, however, what they can do with this big break.
So 1 official play, 3 official penalties here on this drive for the Eagles and the Barons. 2 on the Barons, 1 on the Eagles. But now it's 1st and 10 on their own 19-yard line for Montverde Academy. DeClerc will line up under center. He moves his tight end, Trent Kiesniak, to the left side. He'll pitch to the outside to his running back, Fleming. Fleming cuts the corner but doesn't have enough speed to get by the fast linebackers of the Baron.
Montverde on the run, brought down by number 67, LBC Jalapeno.
Yeah, I don't foresee the Montverde running game getting going in this particular game. So I think that they need to just run it every once in a while to keep them honest, and they need to develop that passing game if they're going to stay in this one.
Remember, Montverde comes into this game 0-6 on their season in their first season of football since 1930. DeClerc under center. Hands the ball off to Fleming. Fleming cuts inside and is swarmed once again in the middle of the field. It'll be 3rd and about 9.5. And Earl, the running game is just not working. You're going to have to do something to throw the football.
Yeah, I mean, if they keep trying to run it this often, I'm afraid that this game might get out of hand by this time in the 3rd quarter.
And that's something Montverde Academy has struggled with this year. A new program. They have been blown out in some of their losses.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to open it up. Give them a shot to make some plays down the field.
Yeah, I agree. I hope the coaching staff will let them throw it a little. They do have a 6'1" quarterback and several big targets.
DeClerc takes the snap, play action pass, roll out to the left side. He is immediately hit by number 67, Jack Labrador. Labrador on the sack, and it'll be 4th down for the Eagles. Excuse me, I'm looking at the Eagles roster. That is Elavisi Jalapeno on the sack, and a great play by the Barons, forcing an 8-yard loss. It'll be 4th and 18, and DeClerc just rolled right into that blitz.
Yeah, he absolutely did. He was in trouble from the beginning as soon as he snapped it.
Punt is away. This is a low line drive kick to White. White fields it at about the 46. He cuts it outside to the left, cuts it back inside down the middle of the field. He is finally taken down by number 72, Cedric Udigjibi, the 6'3" senior for the Eagles. So 5:22 left in the first half. St. Pete Catholic moving from right to left. They take over, get a great return from Chris White. They move the ball all the way down to the 24-yard line. 2 straight possessions with great field position. And it looks like we'll have an official timeout on the field. And with that, we will take a break here on PlayOnSports.com.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
Welcome back to beautiful St. Petersburg, Florida, here on this lovely Friday night. St. Pete Catholic leads Montverde Academy 14-3 with 5:22 left in the first half. Jack Sheehan takes the snap behind center. He looks for a receiver. He finds one. That's White over the middle. And White takes the pass and brings it down to the 11-yard line. So a 12-yard pickup right out of the official timeout for the Barons.
Barons, first down.
Nice slant play to pick up some good yardage.
Yeah, and like I said a few minutes ago, I think there's probably only about 6 pass attempts left in the old playbook here for the Barons, but that was one right there, and it worked.
Sheehan under center. Flag goes flying on the near side. There'll be a false start penalty on the Barons, and after a big play, that's exactly what you don't want to have happen. You don't want to force yourself into a situation where it's difficult for you to make the first down, especially when you can have the opportunity to go ahead by more than 2 possessions. A field goal puts you ahead by 2 possessions, but a touchdown puts you up by 3.
Yeah. The famous adage by coaches at every level is you made a nice big play, now how are we going to follow it up? That's exactly what they don't mean.
1st and 15 from the 16-yard line. Handoff inside. This one is Jones. Jones bullheading his way, trying to get into the end zone. Does he finally get there? It looks like he'll be marked down just short of the goal line, but great effort. Tony Jones just did not want to go down.
No, he's a beast.
And there was a very small window to gain a first down right between the goal line and the 1-yard line, but it looks like he did pick up the first down, so it'll be 1st and goal for the Barons.
And what a way to bail his team out after the penalty, making it harder to convert the first. He said, just give it to me, I'll run up the middle.
And he not only ran up the middle, but ran up the middle of a few defenders.
Yep. Again, like I said, though, that, Montverde is starting a freshman 5'4" nose guard.
Shotgun formation at the goal line. Interesting decision by the Barons. Sheehan takes a snap, quick throw into the end zone. That ball is caught by Adrian Sneed for his second touchdown of the ball game. So there's one of their passes. And St. Pete Catholic goes up 20-3 with 4:34 left in the first half here at Joe Paul Stadium. What a great throw by Sheehan. He put that ball right where only his receiver Sneed could catch it.
You're exactly right. He threw it low and to his left, the outside, and there was the only alternative was an incompletion.
Kick is up and good for St. Pete Catholic, so they go up 21-3. And after a first quarter where Montverde hung in there with the 2-4 Barons, the second quarter has been all St. Pete Catholic. I have to say, I've been really impressed here today with just the way St. Pete Catholic runs their offense, especially knowing coming in that this team is a new team that they're playing, that this team is in their first season in a very long period of time. St. Pete Catholic is running the football, throwing the football when they need to, and when they do throw it, they're finding the receivers with some open space, and Sheehan's making some wonderful throws. He's only had one bad throw all game.
That's exactly right. All his other throws have either been exactly on the mark or, even better, like we talked about that touchdown pass, so on the mark that your only alternative is an incompletion. There's no chance of the defender getting a hand on it.
21-3. The black and gold lead the white and yellow. Here on the other side of the bay. Bermudez will kick it off. We'll see if Montverde has a little bit more success finding the football on this kickoff. This kick is deep from Bermudez. It's fielded by number 23 this time. He cuts inside and is initially hit by Marcus Rappel, and Rappel takes down the ball carry at about the 26-yard line.
Muhammad brought down by the Barons defense.
So Montverde will take over at the 26. We'll see. Earl, I think that they definitely need to open it up and throw the football here down 21-3 now. They got to make something happen here at the end of the first half.
They do. We've talked earlier about them needing to either make drives to keep time of possession. Now they're at a point where they need to make a drive that results in a touchdown. Anything short of a touchdown at this point is not really going to help them.
DeClerc under center. He has one receiver in motion. That's Aguayo. He has two receivers to his right, one to his left. Fleming behind him at the running back position. He'll drop back to pass, and he, after 3 steps, is met by 2 defenders. This time, the initial defender to get there is number 77, Bryson Bacone. And Bacone got in there, was able to wrap up DeClerc's feet. DeClerc had no chance on that play.
Yeah, and that's the downside to them trying to open it up with some more passing in this end of the second quarter, is that, other than the center and the guards, they have no size whatsoever on the line. They're playing 2 small tackles. And, the minute one of those guards tries to help one of the tackles, the rush comes in the inside. So it's going to be very, very difficult, unfortunately, even with them at opening up the passing game.
2nd and 10 at their own 25. DeClerc with a single back formation will drop back to pass. He is hit immediately on his blind side again, and St. Pete Catholic is just bringing the pressure here on this drive. That was number 55, Kyle Brook, who got in there within seconds to take DeClerc down. That will be about a 6-yard loss. It'll be 3rd and 16 for Montverde, and they will take a timeout, a desperately needed one at this point.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to call during this timeout, but they need to call something that gets the ball down the field and doesn't fail, because otherwise I think they're going to be in trouble.
They may be in trouble, but they're going to have to do something. And they've tried to open it up a little bit, and they've given DeClerc the opportunity to take the snaps for his passes under center. I think maybe you open it up. Give him an opportunity to see the field. Have a few shotgun plays in your offense so he can take the snap quickly. And I know that might be difficult as a new team. Not many people have probably taken too many snaps in the shotgun at center, but give them that opportunity. Give him the ability to see his receivers on the outside.
Yeah.
Because he has made some good throws when he's had the opportunity and had some time to make them.
Yeah, and unfortunately now, St. Pete knows that the running game is not an issue. It's not going to be effective. They don't even need to focus on it too much to stop it. And so they're just ready for them to try a pass, and they're coming in hard with the rush. And with the size of their tackles, Montverde hasn't been able to stop them yet. But, now their center is a sophomore, so he does at least have a year of age on the other gentleman.
We don't know how much experience.
Right. He may have only been playing for the 1 year just like the other boys. So whether they can execute good shotgun snaps, I just don't know.
The Clerk under center once again. 2 receivers, one to the left, one to his right. It's a quarterback sneak that is sniffed out immediately by the Barons linebacker, Stephen Williams. Number 10 just got in there, saw the quick decision by the Clerk to take it and try to get down the middle of the field, but the Barons were having none of that on that play.
Yeah, I have a feeling that there's only 3 minutes left in this half. Unless Montverde can make some really, really clever adjustments at halftime, their final score may be on the board right now as a 3.
They did move the football very well on their second drive of this ball game, and it was when they mixed the run and the pass. What I think that they've done, and it might be just because of their inexperience and head coach Brian Trewick starting up the program, what they've done is they've gone into situations where they decided we're going to run, or pass.
Right.
And it's been very easy for Steve Dudley and the St. Pete Catholic staff to pick up on that.
Right, and it's also entirely possible that with the youth and inexperience of some of these young players, maybe they're inadvertently sort of telegraphing what their play is going to be when they're lined up. And, an experienced player on the defensive side of the ball is going to pick up on something like that and be able to just burn through it when they pass and be prepared when they're going to run.
It'll be a 4th and 16 for Montverde, and the infamous number 19 and the mysterious number 19 will go back to punt. Chris White back to receive again for the Barons. Tight formation. St. Pete Catholic almost gets there again. This punt bounces right to White at the 48-yard line. He cuts it up the left side, finds some space, cuts it down the middle of the field, and he's finally taken down. A touchdown-saving tackle on that play for Montverde Academy. Wow. If White gets to the outside and is able to escape that tackle, he was just gaining his momentum, and there was no one behind that tackler for Montverde Academy.
Yeah, with White, you get the feeling that on any given kick return, he could bring it all the way. It's just a question of how the blocks are going to line up and, will he get a lucky break or not? Because it feels like every time they kick off, he could score again.
He's been great on the punt returns, and he's had every bounce go right to him. Pitch play to the outside. Blockers outside for Jones. Jones tries to cut it inside, gets tripped up by Enrique Aguayo, and is able to fall forward for a gain of about 1 on the play. They'll give him a good spot on the play by Sneed. That was one of those quick pitch plays to Sneed, not to Jones. From the receiver position, Sneed in motion again, gets the handoff again, cuts to the outside, and is immediately hit when he cuts inside. He's brought down by Caleb Stafford, the 5'8" defensive back for Montverde Academy. But this time, St. Pete Catholic tries the same play with Sneed to the other side, and you can see how much speed Sneed really does have.
Yeah, he's quick. They've got a lot of really quick skilled players on offense.
So a gain of about 4 or 5 on the play. It'll be 3rd and about 5 for St. Pete Catholic. It looks like we have
Chris White
down on the play. It looks like the trainer's looking at his ankle.
Yeah, he doesn't appear to be in excruciating pain, so
it's nice to see that White is in excruciating pain. Last week's game, we actually had to have an ambulance come on the field, so you never want to see a situation like that.
No.
And White is is responding to the trainer, is sitting up. It just looks like a leg injury. No injury is good, but it always feels a little bit better when you can see someone sitting up on the field, especially on plays where you see a lot of bodies flying around inside.
Yeah. And you'd like to be able to see him get back in the game because he's been so effective on kick returns, and he's been one of their two main receivers when they do pass, which isn't all that often, but he's certainly a big part of their team, and he is walking off under his own power. That's good.
Barons lead 21-3, 2:16 left in the second quarter. And Earl, we've seen on this drive that the Barons seem to be content to run the football and run this clock down, get into halftime with the big lead.
Yeah, they did make 2 pass attempts on their last drive, but I think on this one, unless it looks like they're going to run out of time before they have a chance to score in the half, I think they're going to keep running it.
A 3rd and about 4 from the 27-yard line. Big 3rd down play for St. Pete Catholic. They drop back to pass. Quick throw to the outside. That's Adrian Sneed again. And just as we were thinking, run the football, run the football, run the football, St. Pete Catholic comes out with a pass play, and Sneed gets down to about the 11-yard line for the first down and the conversion on 3rd down.
Yeah, perhaps that we are thinking the way the Montverde coaching staff is, and they're trying to outsmart us, thinking, well, when they think we're going to run, let's throw it once just to make sure. Just to keep everybody honest.
1st and 10 from the 10, handoff to Jones. Jones gets inside. Great push from his line of scrimmage. He was 5, 6, 7 yards down the field before anyone touched him. When he was touched, he was taken down. About a 6 or 7 yard gain on 1st down. So it'll be 2nd and goal from about the 4-yard line. Another good run by Jones. He didn't have to do much to gain the first couple of steps on that play.
Yeah, that was a nice easy one at first, then the hole closed up.
So 2nd and 4 play. Sheehan will line up under center. Only 2 receivers on the play. Split back formation. Sneed in motion. Someone moved up front. We'll see who they call this play on. It looked like the defense jumped first, and it will be an offsides penalty against Montverde Academy. So Sheehan, probably with a little gamesmanship up there at the line of scrimmage, is able to get Montverde Academy to jump off sides.
Yeah, and at the snap, when the whistle was blown, they were worried that it was on themselves, so it was a close one.
Sheehan under center. 1:03 left in the first quarter, 2nd and goal. Handoff goes to Jones. Jones tries to push his way inside, but Montverde Academy stops him just short of the goal line, right around the 1.5, 2-yard line, to force a 3rd and goal.
I believe that was Josh Sneed. I think Jones was the decoy running way outside.
Handoff inside to Jones on the fullback dive. Jones looking to get in the end zone. No signal yet. Referee's looking to make a mark, and the referee in the white hat puts his fist up to signal 4th down, so it'll be 4th and inches right at the goal line with 25.7 seconds yet left in the first half. St. Pete Catholic calls a timeout just to stop the clock in this situation.
Yeah, which is what they needed to do, because why not get some points on this drive and see if you can't not seal it up, because it's still the first half, but with the way the momentum has gone in this game, if they score again here, you know, that's going to be really debilitating to Montverde coming out for the second half.
And it's interesting. It's a 4th down play, 4th and inches. The way you're running the football, you think they're going to go for it. But if you kick the field goal, you go up by 3 touchdowns, and you get that security of being up by those 3 scores. It'll be an interesting decision. I think they're going to run the football. I think that's the decision I would make.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to talk a little bit about when they called the timeout. They left some time on the clock. I probably would have let the clock wind down a little bit more and then run the football, so then there wouldn't even be an opportunity for Montverde to have a kickoff return.
That's true, although I think that at the high school level it's a little bit more difficult to call your timeout exactly when you want it as opposed to, say, at the NFL or the college level.
I think it's a little more difficult, but I think they could do it, and I think it's a situation where you have to be thinking ahead, and they were so worried about getting the timeout in the first place that they called it very quick on the St. Pete Catholic sideline.
I don't disagree at all. I think the only issue is I don't think it's going to matter.
Nope. 4th and 1. They do hand the ball off inside to Jones. It looks like Jones is in the end zone. The hands go up in the air, and that'll be the 4th touchdown of the ball game, the 2nd touchdown for Jones, and the score is now 27-3 after the 1-yard touchdown run on 4th down with only 22 seconds left in the first half. Just another power play, again, by St. Pete Catholic inside. And instead of a 1-yard touchdown pass, a 1-yard touchdown run this time around.
Yep.
Bermudez on to attempt the extra point. This one's a lower kick, but it goes through the uprights. Montverde actually got through the line very well on that play and almost was able to get a hand on it. So 28-3, St. Pete Catholic leads at their home stadium here on this wonderful Friday night under the lights in St. Pete, Florida. You can almost feel the breeze even inside.
Yep.
From the bay. So we'll see on the kickoff what St. Pete Catholic's going to do. They've kicked it deep a couple of times, but with only 22 seconds left in the half, do you think they squib it down the field, Earl?
I don't think they will. I don't think they feel they need to. I don't think they've felt any pressure by the Montverde return team yet, so I think they're just going to kick it deep and let the chips fall where they may.
Let's see where this kick goes. It's been deep the last couple of times. Montverde has struggled finding the ball at times on the kickoffs here in this game. Bermudez will tee it up at the 40-yard line. And if you're Montverde, you're hoping for a good return, so maybe you could put some points up on the board before the end of the half.
Yeah, they'd love a 50, 60-yard return. It doesn't have to score all by itself. They can just put themselves in plus territory. They'd be thrilled.
Bermudez will put toe to leather on this one. He'll kick it deep, as Earl suspected, but I do hear some whistles on the field.
Yeah, there were some choppy steps on the way to the line of scrimmage with the kicker. I think they might have false start here. Let's see.
Might have passed the line. The team might have passed the 40-yard line before Bermudez got there, and that's exactly what happened because Bermudez has moved the tee back to the 35-yard line. So this is another opportunity for Montverde. Hopefully for them, Bermudez won't kick it too deep, and they'll be able to get a return. A few seconds did come off the clock. It's always a nice advantage when you're at home.
Mm-hmm.
Bermudez will kick it again. This time no one crosses the line, but this is an even better kick than the other one. It's fielded by Fleming and then dropped. Fleming tries to cut up the middle of the field, will go to the outside, tries to gain the corner, was almost able to get there. He does eventually step out of bounds at the 26-yard line, but he didn't step out of bounds. He might have had some more opportunity to get down the field.
He might have. He just stepped out, and he didn't think he stepped out. He kept trying to run with it, but
no one ever thinks they step out.
Fair point.
He was over pursued a little bit on the play, so there was some openings, but it's 28-3 with 7.1 seconds left. And if you're Brian Trewick, I think you just hand the ball off and go into halftime to regroup at Montverde Academy.
Yep.
They do take a knee, and that will be the end of the first half. That's the end of the first half of play with the Barons leading the Eagles by a score of 28-3. We'll be back in a few moments with the PlayOnSports.com halftime show. Don't go anywhere. It's Friday Night Football on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program,
go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3, beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3, beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3, beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
Welcome to the PlayOnSports.com halftime show, coming to you from St. Paul Stadium in beautiful St. Petersburg, Florida. I'm Tyler Crane alongside Earl McDonald. Our halftime score is St. Pete Catholic 28, Montverde Academy 3. Earl, it was a very interesting first half, but a first half I think both of us expected, with Montverde coming into this game 0-6, St. Pete 2-4. But Montverde coming into this game in their first year of football since 1930.
Yeah, and unfortunately it was everything that we expected, but not what we were hoping for. We were hoping that Montverde would be able to put some things together and have a more successful first half and have this be a competitive, exciting game, but they're just undersized and they're giving too much experience, and it's just too much for them.
St. Pete Catholic marched down the field on their first possession of the first quarter, and then Adrian Sneed was able to capitalize with a 20-yard touchdown run after St. Pete Catholic ran the ball pretty much the entire drive.
They did. In fact, they ran the ball pretty much the entire drive. Every possession they had the ball. But in that one it was the same, and Adrian Sneed made a great run on the outside and didn't give up when he started getting hit there late and was able to power into the end zone.
Montverde Academy actually did respond on the next possession with a 25-yard field goal of their own to make the score 7-3, and that's how the first quarter ended. And you thought, well, maybe Montverde Academy is going to be able to hang in this ball game.
Exactly. Unfortunately, on the succeeding possession, we still had hope, because even though Montverde let St. Pete move down the field, they held them to a field goal attempt, which they missed. So even after St. Pete had another strong possession, the score was still 7-3, and Montverde felt like maybe they could stay in it. Unfortunately, that was about the end of the highlights for Montverde.
And after that, it was a barrage of scoring for St. Pete Catholic in the second quarter. 2 touchdown runs by Tony Jones and one-yard touchdown reception from Adrian Sneed gave the St. Pete Catholic Barons 21 points in that second quarter just to blow this game wide open.
Yeah, now it stands at 28-3, and the St. Pete Barons are handling the ball exactly like we said they would based on their previous performances, which were, for the season, St. Pete is averaging over 200 yards a game rushing and 85 yards passing, and that's about what they're doing to Montverde tonight. They're pounding the ball on almost every play, and then every once in a while they drop back for a pass, and Sheehan's been nearly perfect with the ball, so all the passes are working too.
And this is all without their stud running back, Ryan Green, who's committed to the Florida State Seminoles. They've been getting it done with Tony Jones and Adrian Sneed to the outside, and that's exactly what you talked about at the beginning of this broadcast, Earl, that St. Pete Catholic was going to run the football, and that's their identity, and that's what they've done.
That's exactly right. Like I said, they're averaging up to this point in the season over 233 yards per game of running, and they're probably going to meet or exceed that tonight, especially if they do as much running in the second half as you and I are predicting.
That's going to do it for the PlayOnSports.com halftime show. Friday Night Football will return in just a few moments with the start of the second half right here on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player.
You're watching PlayOnSports.com's presentation of Friday Night Football live from St. Petersburg, Florida. I'm Tyler Crane with Earl McDonald. The St. Pete Catholic Barons lead the Montverde Academy Eagles 28-3 as we get ready to start the second half of action. Earl, the first half was a great half for St. Pete Catholic. They lead it 28-3. For St. Pete Catholic, what do you have to continue to do here in the second half?
I would say keep giving the ball to Sneed and Jones, and on occasion, if you want to mix it up, give it to Fuller.
On the other side of things, Montverde came into this game, hung in with St. Pete Catholic for the first quarter. What adjustments do they have to make, and what moral victories do they have to come away with in the second half?
I think they have to make some major adjustments. You and I had talked about if they've got a shotgun package that works for them. Again, their center is only a sophomore, and he may have only been playing organized football for a year for all we know. But if they've got a shotgun package that can work for them, that may be huge if they can institute that here in the second half. Otherwise, they've got to keep mixing it up so that the passing game is more effective. At the end of that second quarter, they tried to pass on every down, and basically it yielded about 5 sacks.
I agree with you completely. You have to be able to mix in the run and the pass. It's been too predictable for Montverde. But like you said, it could be just because it is the first year of this program. Everyone's still getting used to each other. Everyone's learning technique. And it could be just all of those issues that come together that force head coach Brian Truick to call pretty predictable offensive plays.
Right. And as I said, some of the youth on the line may be choreographing some of the plays that are upcoming and without their even knowledge of it yet because they're still learning.
Well, Montverde will open this half kicking off to the St. Pete Catholic Barons. The Barons in all black and gold helmets. They're left to right on your screen. The Eagles in yellow pants, white jerseys, yellow helmets. We're getting set here for the opening kickoff of the second half from the 40-yard line. They're in that bunch onside kick formation they tried earlier in this game. We're waiting for the officials to get on the field. The teams seem ready. The officials not all the way there yet. They get into position. But I think this would be an interesting time to try that onside kick again. St. Pete Catholic looks a little more prepared for it this time, but they're leaving a lot of space over to the left side.
They certainly are.
So Montverde waiting on the official signal, all bunched together at the 40-yard line. Ball on the tee, and they spread wide, go back. This looks like this will be a deep kick. St. Pete Catholic drops back. This kick from Aguayo is long, deep, and received at about the 6-yard line. That's Stefan Williams. Stefan Williams to the outside gets tackled at the 37-yard line, tackled by number 19, but that's the second time he's been hurt in this game, and he looks like he's in writhing pain here on the sidelines. It's never the way you want to start any half of football.
No, this is bad.
So the infamous, mysterious number 19 on our roster is down for the second time here tonight, and you can see that there is much concern from both sidelines. St. Pete Catholic sideline, their trainers were there immediately to help out, as you could see the Montverde trainers running from across the field to get there as quick as they possibly could after that play.
Yeah, and I'm sure that St. Pete has a tremendous amount of empathy for injuries since they saw their number 1 running back go down earlier in the year.
With that injury, we're going to go to commercial with 11:48 remaining here in the third quarter. 28-3, Barons lead the Eagles.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare.
So after the injury, St. Pete Catholic will take over at their own 35-yard line. It looked like a tough injury for number 19 of Montverde Academy. They had to take him off on the golf cart, so my thoughts and prayers with him. Hopefully that leg is not too injured. 28-3 the Barons lead at their home stadium. Sheehan takes the snap out of the shotgun, looking for someone downfield, throws the ball high, looking for Adrian Sneed. And he really just overthrew his receiver on that play.
He did. It didn't look like he had his feet set. It looked like he had awkward footing, and he sort of jumped and threw it, and it was really one of his first bad passes of the night.
It looked like he definitely did have a little bit of happy feet in there. He had time in the pocket, but he looked like he wanted to get rid of the football, get rid of the football, get rid of the football, and he had much more time than I think he thought he had.
I think you're right. To say nothing of the fact that there's really no reason for them to be throwing on first down.
Sneed under center, or Sheehan under center, hands the ball off inside to Josh Sneed. Sneed is able to carry the ball up to the 40-yard line, up the right hash. He gets tackled. It'll be 3rd and 5, gain of 5 for Josh Sneed on the play. So after the throw on first down, St. Pete Catholic goes a little more conservative with the running play. We'll see what they do on 3rd down. They'll send 2 receivers to the left. That's Marcus Rappel and Adrian Sneed. No one out to the right. Under center is Sheehan. 2 backs behind him. Sneed comes in motion. There's some movement up front. Montverde looks like they may have jumped off sides. It's an interesting call because no one touched anybody inside, and it looked like Montverde might have gotten back before the snap of the football.
Maybe. I'm not sure if number 72 did. He seemed to step over and then just stand there for a minute.
So, with that penalty, the Barons pick up a first down. They're now on their own 45-yard line. 3 receivers in, 2 backs behind Sheehan. 1 back directly behind him, 1 to the right. Quick pass outside to Rappel. Rappel makes the catch, is able to fight his way up the right sideline for an 8-yard gain down to the 47. Marcus Rappel just running with some aggression and anger after he caught that football.
Yeah, and he very nearly stepped out about 5 yards shy of where he ended up. So fortunately some quick thinking footwork there when he almost went out kept him in, and he was able to get 5 more yards after that.
2nd down and 3. St. Pete Catholic in Montverde territory. Sheehan takes a snap, quick slant throw. He finds Tony Jones. Tony Jones cuts it to the outside, gets to the right. Will he get to all the way to the end zone? He's got a defender on him. There are some flags on the play. Jones does get in the end zone, but there is a few players down on the field for Montverde. They pop back up quickly. We'll see what this flag is, but Jones did get into the end zone. Referees are talking it over. Barons are walking all the way down, all surrounding the official in the white hat, trying to find out what's going on. So we're waiting on the official call. Montverde is backed all the way down to the goal line. They are acting like it's going against the white and yellow. personal foul face mask penalty against Montverde. So that touchdown should count, and it will. So it's a 48-yard touchdown pass from Jack Sheehan to Tony Jones less than 2 minutes into the second half. Extra point is up. New kicker for St. Pete Catholic. That's Garrett Valero. His extra point is good, and it's now 35-3 Barons over the Eagles here in St. Pete.
And that was I think that the St. Pete coaching staff is still playing strategically. They think that Montverde's going to come out looking for the run, and so they come out passing on first down a lot. Unfortunately, I think the game is pretty well out of reach for Montverde at this point. I don't think they need to employ quite that much strategy, but it does look nice when it's executed that well on the field.
Well, St. Pete Catholic did come out and throw the football on their first drive here in the second half, and they were rewarded for it. And they now lead 35-3. It'll be interesting to see the way St. Pete Catholic does play the rest of this football game. We'll see if they go a little more conservative or if they're just going to try to work on a few things within their offense the rest of the way, because they do have a commanding 32-point lead here at Joe Paul Stadium.
I'm going to take this as a good sign regarding that injury. The EMTs have walked back from the Montverde side of the field, and they are not with number 19 anymore. So I'm going to assume that means fairly good news for him on his injury front.
Great news for Montverde Academy. And after Garrett Valero kicked the extra point for the Barons, Adam Bermudez will come again to make the kick on the kickoff. So you could see Valero, the kicker, just getting a little bit of action, the backup kicker, getting into the game, something that I'm sure Steve Dudley, the head coach of the Barons, wants to do. They will mark the 15-yard face mask penalty off on the kickoff on the touchdown catch from Tony Jones. So now Bermudez will kick off from the opponent's 45, from their own territory in the 45-yard line. He might as well try to make the field goal. Let's see what he tries. Feels like the Arena League.
If you weren't up by 32, I'd say go for the onside kick.
He's the great position to do that. Here is Bermudez. Bermudez kicks it deep. This ball does go into the end zone, and it'll go back out of the end of the end zone for the touchback. And Montverde will have the ball at the 20 for their first possession of the second quarter. So we'll see what kind of offense they come out with to mix it up a little bit here in the second half. Or maybe they just go back to what they've been doing and they work on their plays against a stout St. Pete Catholic defense here tonight.
Yeah, either one of those events is possible and understandable in either sense. So we'll just see what happens and tell you.
Tyler Crane, Earl McDonald, with you here in St. Pete. Montverde moving from right to left in white and yellow. DeClerc takes the snap. He'll hand the ball off to Fleming, and Fleming, with one of his better runs of the ball game, still only gets about a yard. You can just see the penetration the defensive line is making for the St. Pete Catholic Barons. It's been very hard to run the football here tonight for Montverde Academy.
Yeah, and historically our viewers probably know that at any level of football, the running game usually gets more and more effective throughout the second half of the football game. But I don't think that the size differences are going to allow for even the enduring of the game to enable their running game to get going.
DeClerc takes the snap, quick throw. He was trying to get it outside to his receiver, but it was quickly knocked down by Tony Jones, who's playing both ways for St. Pete Catholic and is having a monster game here tonight.
He absolutely is, and if we had our windows open, you guys would hear all about it, because it looks like most of the Jones family and friends have taken up seats in front of our press box, and we've got an entire row of mock Jones jerseys on the family in front of us.
And the windows are closed, but I've still heard them here tonight. That's how excited they've been.
I have too.
DeClerc behind center, Fleming behind him. DeClerc hands the ball off to Fleming on 3rd and 9. Fleming is able to push the pile, but he will get nowhere near the first down marker, and it'll be 4th down for DeClerc and his offense. And Montverde will send the punting team in, and this will give the Barons an opportunity to return another punt. It's been Chris White all night, but it looks like someone else will go back and return this time for St. Pete Catholic. That'll be number 13, Drew Harding. Harding will stand back at about his own 45-yard line. Snap is off. Punter drops the snap. Kick is blocked, and the ball rolls out to about the 33-yard line of Montverde Academy, and that's never a good sign when the punter drops the kick. That's danger everywhere.
Yeah. Now, for our viewers that were paying attention, if okay.
Put both of them in, it does that. I don't know why. Okay, I'm gonna just tell them this.
We apologize for the technical difficulties here on PlayOnSports.com. We did have one play occur while you were gone, but there was a penalty after the block punt on the first down. Adrian Sneed, who has a touchdown here tonight, 2 touchdowns here tonight, got to the outside and gained about 20 yards, but there was a flag down that should be about a 5-yard penalty right immediately as the ball was snapped. So that nullified the good run by Adrian Sneed. Sneed did come limping off the field, so we'll have to see if he comes back into the ball game. He doesn't look too good there.
Yeah, and the comment I was going to make earlier, right when we had our technical difficulties, was that, number one, Chris White for St. Pete has not been in on the last few returns, and that had been one of the places he's been shining. He did get a minor injury. Now, he is in on the play now, and he was in on those return plays, but not as the return man. So we think that that's probably just a conservative call to make sure he doesn't aggravate any minor injury he received earlier tonight.
Sheehan takes a snap out of shotgun in 1st and 15. He's going deep all the way down the field looking for Chris White. And Chris White had the ball go right through his hands, showing some great speed to get open on that play was White. And he was right at the edge of the end zone when he attempted to dive and make that play and make that catch. But it was amazing to just see him split 2 defenders, split the corner and the safety. And now here he comes limping off the field again. So you can see St. Pete Catholic, they're not getting major injuries, but they're getting nicked up on a few plays.
They are, and they probably really don't want to do that because, again, they're already down their superstar running back. Although it looks to me like if he was never on the team, Tony Jones would be their superstar running back.
Sheehan lines up under center. He has one receiver in motion. That's Rappel. He'll toss it outside, this time to Josh Sneed. Sneed trying to get around the corner, but he's tripped up on a very nice tackle on the outside for Montverde Academy. And that was number 18, their quarterback, Tyler DeClerc, making that tackle. You could see that he's ready to take issues into his own hands on both the offensive and defensive side of the football.
Yeah, I'm so used to watching college and NFL football where quarterbacks practically run away from plays like that. And so it's nice to see him just surge in there and make that play.
3rd and 16 from the Montverde 38-yard line for the Barons. 7:38 left in the third quarter. 35-3, St. Pete Catholic leads here at their home stadium. Sheehan lines up in a shotgun formation. He has two backs, one to his left, one to his right. He'll drop back, throw the ball to the outside. He has Rappel. Rappel makes the catch and cuts to the outside and gets down to about the 22-yard line. And it's going to be a very close spot, very close to that first down marker, but we have another player down and injured on the field. This time it's for Montverde Academy.
And Montverde definitely cannot afford injuries. They only field 22 players, 11 of whom, by the way, are freshmen, so they cannot afford any injuries.
And you can just see the start of this third quarter has been brutal for both sides when it comes to some of the injuries here tonight. And if you're Montverde and you have only 22 kids, you have to be really, really careful, because anytime you're playing football with only 22 kids, you can see a lot of people are playing on both sides, offensive and defensively, and that can take a toll. When you're playing upwards of not just 60 to 70 offensive plays a game, add 30 or 40 defensive plays, you're playing 100 plays in a game, that can wear you out. That'll wear you out at Pee Wee football. That'll wear you out at the NFL level.
PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com. High school sports lives here.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP. We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect.
Welcome back to Joe Paul Stadium. 4th and 2 at the 23-yard line for St. Pete Catholic. They will go. They make a handoff inside to their fullback. That's Stephen Williams. Stephen Williams gets to the outside. He's trying to get to the pylon. He's tackled, taken down. Flag is thrown in the vicinity of where someone probably got their hand on Williams' face mask to the side over there. Regardless, a great run by Williams and a play that gets him down almost to the goal line on a 4th and 2 from the 23-yard line. You would think that most teams would probably try to kick the field goal there. Not St. Pete Catholic. They're running the football. They're trying to score touchdowns here tonight. The officials are taking a long time to talk this one over. We'll wait for the official call.
I think that was a case where the play call wasn't necessarily aggressive. The play call was simply to get the first on those 4th and short. But the player getting the ball happens to have not gotten the ball much this evening, so he decided to make the most of it and try and get into the end zone.
He had some open space and was almost able to get there and gain the pylon. I don't know about you, Earl, but I love that fullback dive play at the high school level. It seems to quickly make every team have to react, and not many teams are able to.
Yep.
Sheehan under center. His two backs behind him. He'll make the handoff, this time to Williams again, trying to get to the end zone. It looks like he will be just short, about a half yard from the goal line. It'll be 2nd down, and you can see what head coach Steve Dudley is doing. Williams has had 2 successfully good runs. He's trying to feed Williams to get him his first touchdown of this ball game. And I think you give it to him again with how well he's running.
Yeah.
You got to reward the guy. He's carried you the last 22 and a half yards. Sheehan will line up. Williams in the fullback spot. Behind him is Josh Sneed, not Adrian Sneed. So the Sneed brothers getting a lot of action here tonight, but we'll see what they do. This is a pass play, rollout, fade to the outside to Rappel. Rappel pushes off, makes the catch in the end zone. The pass is actually called incomplete, but he will have the penalty of offensive pass interference called against him. At least that's what it looked like from up here. We'll see what the officials called, but it looked like Rappel clearly pushed off the cornerback. And if it is, that's a tough call on 2nd and inches. That's going to push you back some significant yardage, and it will be offensive pass interference against Rappel.
If it was a closer game, I'd say that's a big shame, but, it's a 35-3 blowout at this point. So,
well, that's a great teaching opportunity for
Absolutely.
Steve Dudley to tell his receiver, all right, you had a chance for a 50-50 ball. It was a fade route. Really, I don't think he needed to put his hands on the cornerback at all because the cornerback was turned around and had no idea where the ball was coming.
Yeah.
So it'll be 2nd and 15 now after the offensive pass interference call. And I think I would have just given the ball to Williams. You have to help that running back get out. Quick snap. Toss play to the outside. This is Josh Sneed. He picks up 4 yards back. It'll be 3rd and 11. 3rd and goal for St. Pete Catholic. 5:43 left. They do lead 35-3. It's been domination by the Barons here tonight. And really, they could have had a lot more points on the board already here tonight if it weren't for some of the mistakes that they have made.
Yeah. But, as you said, these high school games are largely instructional anyway, and especially in a game that's not close. What you're looking for as a coach is coaching opportunities, whether you're the one down 35-3 or up 35-3.
So on 3rd down, St. Pete Catholic decides to kick the field goal, and Bermudez kicks it wide to the left. I'm a little confused to why they would kick that on 3rd down. Maybe they were giving Bermudez an opportunity to try a field goal from distance. In case he messed up, give him an opportunity to try again if it was blocked because of the low trajectory he would have needed to make a long field goal kick. But interesting call on 3rd down.
Yeah, the other possibility is that it wasn't 3rd down and we simply didn't know. A lot of times during these high school games, sometimes the scoreboard operator, the referee staff, and the press box don't all have the same information.
Well, if you counted it correctly, it should have been 3rd down. But like you said, there's confusion everywhere at times.
Yep.
There is another player down for Montverde Academy. And this time it was number 72 for the Eagles. And that's Cedric Udajibi, their defensive end, their senior defensive end. He's definitely the biggest man on the field for Montverde Academy. He does get up with the trainers and is able to walk off the field, but you can see this game has just taken its toll.
Yeah, the injuries are just dreadful for Montverde Academy. Hopefully Cedric Udegby will be fine and will be able to get back in the game soon.
So the Eagles take over 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line, down 35-3. And Earl, I'd really like to just see them put together a drive here just to get some points on the board, just for some confidence.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not as though we're rooting against St. Pete, but I think we're just rooting for Montverde to have some success here.
You want to grow as a football team, grow as a football program, and in your first year back in a very long time, it's always going to be difficult. You're going to take your lumps, as Montverde has taken throughout the season. Coming into this game, 0-6. St. Pete Catholic only coming into this game 2-4. but definitely a team that you would expect to come out and really impose their will, and they have here tonight.
They certainly have. On the ground and in the air on quite a few occasions as well.
Right now we're in the middle of official timeout, and we'll take one here with them as well. 35-3, St. Pete Catholic leads Montverde Academy. Quick break for us here at Joe Paul Stadium. Tyler DeClerc goes back under center. He'll have two receivers to the left, one receiver to the right. He'll have the running back behind him. Quick throw to the receiver to the outside. That is number 16, his tight end, Trent Kisniak, who makes the catch. And Kisniak is able to gain about 9 yards and get close to that first down marker, and they will give him the first down just past the 30-yard line. And great play for Montverde to start this drive, and it was a quick play to their big 6'4" junior tight end. I think they have to try to do that a little more often here.
I think they should.
And they still keep that running back in the backfield just to show the threat of the run, and I like this three wide receiver set. DeClerc, another quick pass to the outside to his tight end once again. His tight end makes the catch. Kisniak is able to gain 2 or 3 yards, but this time St. Pete Catholic was all over that play and was able to get to him before Kisniak could turn and make a move downfield. So it'll be second and about 8. The 34-yard line. 2 consecutive pass plays from DeClerc and the Eagles. See what formation they line up in this time. Same 3 wide receiver set. However, they reverse sides of the field, and Montverde will call their first timeout of the second half. The head coach, Brian Trewick, seemed a little bit upset at his players there. I don't think he got the call in that he wanted to get into his quarterback.
Yeah, it could be that. I suppose it could be that they're trying to read the blitzes and get some of that information correctly to the offensive line and the running backs so that they can account for those blitzes to get these passes off. Because I've definitely noticed that it's not the 3- and 4-man rush. It's the linebackers blitzing that's making it so difficult on DeClerc.
Yeah, DeClerc's had to get rid of the ball quickly, but I think when he's had to get rid of the ball quickly, he's performed very well. He hasn't forced anything downfield. He's taken a sack when he's needed to take a sack, and he's made some great, strong throws that have been able to gain his team some yardage despite the score we have here tonight.
Mm-hmm. You're absolutely right. That last short pass that only yielded 2 yards, it was 2 positive yards instead of a sack or a negative run, and that was one where the linebacker blitzed and he had to release the ball quickly to that receiver.
This time, DeClerc lines up under center with 2 receivers. Kisniak, his tight end, will line up on the line. He'll hand the ball off to Fleming. Fleming, with his best run all night, gets to the outside off tackle. He'll gain about 5 yards. There is a flag on the play. Fleming got to about the 39-yard line. That would be about a 3rd and 3 for Montverde, but we'll see what this penalty is. Anytime the penalty is thrown by the running back, it's either one of 2 things, a face mask or a holding call. And it will be the face mask call against the defense. It'll be a first down for Montverde Academy. And if you remember, when Montverde Academy did get their field goal on the board, it was when St. Pete Catholic helped them out with a couple of penalties on that drive to pick up 1 or 2 first downs.
Yep, that's exactly right. And this would be a great time for them to get another drive going, whether it's with a lot of breaks or not, and put some points on the board.
Ball now on the 44-yard line. DeClerc takes the snap. He'll fake a throw, pump fake, gets his receiver Kisniak over the middle on the slant. Great throw by DeClerc. Kisniak was wide open, and Kisniak gets all the way down to the 33.5-yard line for the first down. A 23-yard completion for Montverde Academy. Kisniak has been awesome on this drive. 3 catches.
He absolutely has, and I think that when Coach Tweak gets a chance to look at our footage, he's going to decide to institute a few more pass plays into their stable of plays.
The way they're moving down the field right now, he should. DeClerc takes the snap. A delayed handoff, and St. Pete Catholic was all over that. We talked about maybe DeClerc, the freshman quarterback, telegraphing a few things. Well, he definitely telegraphed that handoff right there. Everyone knew that Fleming was going to get the ball, and no one even attempted to run at DeClerc. That would have been one of the best play-action plays I've ever seen if he was able to pull that off.
It certainly would have.
But unfortunately for Myron Fleming, he got handed the ball and then got hit by 4 or 5 defenders right away. 2nd and 12 now from the 35-yard line. Handoff again to Fleming. No play action this time. He's able to roll to the outside. Can he find a receiver? He throws to Kesniak. It looks like he trapped it, and the referees agree with me. The ball bounced in there before he made the catch. It'll be 3rd and 12. But DeClerc, who doesn't seem to be the fastest guy, was pretty fleet of foot on that play to roll out to the outside and buy some extra time on the play action. Faked me out with that handoff just after we were talking about it.
Yeah, that was an excellent play by his part. Of note, here on the near side, it looks like their backup quarterback has been throwing warm-up tosses with their starting quarterback, and they both have helmets on, so I'm not sure who's going to get the call when the Barons get the ball back.
So 3rd and 12 from the 35. DeClerc takes the snap, throws one up to Kesniak to the outside. He makes the catch, tries to bull his way past the first down marker. I don't think he got there. He was knocked out of bounds. And it looks like he may have stepped out of bounds much shorter than our vantage point allowed us to see. It'll be 4th and about 7 at the 29-yard line. And to get the ball down to about the 22. It looks like Montverde Academy will go for it here on 4th down.
As they should.
They've already got 3 points on the board. They got to get a touchdown on the board.
Yeah.
DeClerc will line up under center. He'll have his receiver Kisniak come down to the left side. This time he has 2 receivers to the right. Fleming still behind him as the only single back. Throws one up to Kesniak. Kesniak falls down before he can make an attempt to make the play. And I don't know if he was going to be able to make the play anyway because DeClerc threw it over everyone.
Yeah.
And they will turn the ball over on downs.
That might have been a miscommunication. It looked like Kisniak was running a comeback or a curl, and it looks like DeClerc was looking for an out. Because the way the ball traveled, it looked like he was throwing it for an out, and so there was no way that Kisniak, not expecting that, could get back over into position.
So after the change of possession, it looks like Jack Sheehan will still be the quarterback for St. Pete Catholic.
Yep, Jake Picard has his helmet on, but he's on the sideline.
2:32 left in the 3rd quarter. Sheehan will line up under center, I formation. He'll turn around. He hands the ball off. This is Jones. Jones cuts it to the outside, tries to get to the corner, gets to the edge, and gets past midfield. Gets knocked out of bounds at about the 49-yard line. But Mr. Tony Jones is certainly making it look easy here tonight.
Yeah, if he's the backup typically behind Ryan Green, then I think Montverde is awfully glad Ryan Green is resting comfortably on the sidelines.
And unfortunately for St. Petersburg Catholic, they're probably very disappointed that Ryan Green is on the sidelines because imagine what their record would be if he had more than 5 carries on the season.
Yeah.
Jack Sheehan in the I formation again. Turns around. He'll hand it off to Williams this time, who was the deep back in the I. Williams gets a gain of about 7 yards and is knocked down at the 43-yard line. A gain of about 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. And it looks like St. Pete Catholic seems to be content to start running the football at the end of this game and get everybody else involved in the offense.
Yeah, which is good. It's good for them. It's good for their young players.
I formation again. 2nd and 4. Handoff this time to Jones. Jones cuts it to the left side this time. Spins around. Tries to make a Barry Sanders type move. Probably should have just kept going. He does get the first down. And that's something you have to teach so many different people at the high school level. Sometimes you got to learn to just make the contact and gain an extra couple of yards because we see what those spin moves can do. Sometimes they'll break one open, but most of the time they'll end up losing you some yardage.
Yeah, or worse, getting you injured because you'll make a cut and then get hit by a guy behind you didn't know was there.
Especially in this game.
Yeah.
We'd like to see the players be careful about that. This time we'll have a different formation. Sheehan under center, but a split back formation with 3 receivers. He'll drop back to throw. Instead, he'll run the football, and he's caught from behind. This time by Cedric Udegaby. Udegaby comes into this game after being hurt in the third quarter. He was able to come back into the game and make a great play there on Sheehan, catching him and not allowing him to get any momentum and allowing his teammates to swarm around him on that tackle. So a minimal gain on that play. No gain on that play. 2nd and 10, we'll call it. Sheehan back into the I formation, turns around, hands the ball off. This time it's Sneed, Josh Sneed. He makes a few cuts but doesn't get too much. There's a flag on the play. There's a quick flag on the play. We'll see what the referee calls. Looks like he'll call an illegal shift on St. Pete Catholic. And I'm not too surprised we've seen that penalty called a couple of times here tonight because there have been a lot of receivers and a lot of running backs in motion for the Barons.
Yeah, they've used motion on almost every play of their offense tonight.
Still 35-3 in the third quarter. 37 seconds left. It'll be about 3rd and 14 and a half for St. Pete Catholic when the ball is eventually snapped. Well, they're spotting the ball in an interesting... They threw a penalty flag but did not move the ball. It'll be 3rd and 10 from the 38-yard line.
I didn't see him wave it off.
Regardless, we'll still have Sheehan under center. 2 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Fullback is Williams, Sneed the running back. Sheehan drops back to pass, and he's hit by 2 defenders. One was Myron Fleming. I could not see who got to him on the inside, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was Cedric Udegaby on that play.
I think it's Udegby.
Udegby.
But I'm not sure.
We have the pronunciations for St. Pete Catholic, not for Montverde Academy.
Right. That sounds like a Nigerian name, and a friend of mine's Nigerian, and my guess on its pronunciation would be Udegby, but I could be wrong.
We'll go with Udegby. It's much easier than what I want to say. I want to say it as a Spanish name because that's what I've been around all day today.
That's the end of the third quarter.
So that's the end of the third quarter. After that running play, it'll be 4th and 13 when we come back for the fourth quarter. Barons lead 35-3 over the Eagles.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP. We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can
Welcome back to Joe Paul Stadium here in beautiful St. Petersburg, Florida. The St. Pete Catholic Barons lead the Montverde Academy Eagles 35-3 as we start the fourth quarter. 4th and 13 on their own 39-yard line. They will punt the ball away. The punt is back. No one back to receive from Montverde. And this kick is tapped out right before it gets into the end zone by Marcus Rappel. Rappel making a great play, and Montverde Academy will have to take over at their own 1-yard line, their worst field position of the night. What a great play.
That was tremendous athleticism and speed to get down there and get a hand on it without stepping in the end zone, but push it back out.
And his effort was rewarded by a great call by the officials, because you know that's such a tough call right there, whether Rappel stepping on the line, whether part of his body may have touched the end zone, whether the ball went in the end zone already, and he was able to just get it before it crossed the line.
Yep.
So they'll call it at the 2-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for DeClerc and the Eagles. DeClerc takes the snap, and he'll just quarterback sneak his way up for a few yards to give himself a little more breathing room. He gets up to about the 5-yard line for a gain of 3 yards on the play. I think that's a smart call.
Absolutely.
Tackled by number 55, Kyle Brooks.
Kyle Brooks on the tackle for St. Pete Catholic. We'll just call it a 2nd and 8. Didn't quite get to the 5-yard line, did DeClerc. Ball's marked at the 4. DeClerc under center, only two wide receivers, one on the left, one on the right. He'll turn around, he'll hand the ball to Fleming. Fleming with some space, gets it to the outside, cuts it in the middle. Can he get to the end zone? He's got one guy that's trying to catch him from behind. Fleming gets outside to the left side, gets to the 20-yard line. He tries to get to the 15, gets inside the 10, and finally is taken down by number 3, Tony Jones. And who else but Tony Jones would chase down the other running back on the other team? But what a great run inside by Myron Fleming all the way down the field from the 4-yard line all the way down to about the 10. Great play and about an 86-yard run down the field. An amazing play of athleticism, and would have scored the touchdown if he just had a little bit more speed than Tony Jones.
Yeah, and he knew that the defenders were trying to get him, and he knew that they were working the angles on him, so he kept zigzagging just slightly, just subtly zigzagging. He wasn't streaking and trying to hold off them from making the angles and getting the tackle, but he eventually just couldn't do it anymore when he got near that left sideline.
He could sense Jones coming. He was faster than everybody else on the field except Tony Jones. Now let's see what Montverde can do. They'll mark the ball at the 8-yard line. So officially an 88-yard run for Myron Fleming. Montverde will call a timeout, talk this over. They have 1st and goal from the 8, and they want to get this ball into the end zone. They want to put some extra points on the board, get in the end zone, get that touchdown that they've so desperately wanted all game long.
Amber Valenti.
Still 35-3, 10:31 left. They have 4 plays, Montverde does, to get in the end zone. What's your mindset? You're down 35-3. What do you try to do to get that ball past the goal line?
Well, I don't think you're thinking about the other team's score at this point, because the game, for all intents and purposes, is out of reach. They've already started to sense that St. Pete is using other players and things like that. They can probably see Picard warming up still, as if he might come in the game at quarterback any minute now. So I don't think they're thinking about winning or losing. They're literally evaluating each play and each possession. So if they can use these 4 plays to get that last 8 yards and get a touchdown, they're going to probably celebrate looking as if they've made it a 3-point game.
So after the timeout, DeClerc leads his offense back onto the field. It looks like we have another quarterback taking some snaps quickly. DeClerc might have been hurt somewhere along the line because the center and number 17, Aguayo, were taking snaps on the sideline. We'll see. I don't see DeClerc in the huddle. Aguayo will come in at the quarterback position under center. Interesting decision here for Montverde Academy. Aguayo turns around, hands the ball off to Fleming. Fleming takes the handoff and runs with some power. He's able to move the ball a few yards. Looks like a gain of about 3 down to the 5-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal. They'll mark it at the 6. But the handoff from Aguayo was quick to Fleming, and you could see Fleming wanted to get to that ball very quickly. He didn't know what the handoff would be like with the new quarterback and just took it and gained a couple of yards. DeClerc back in. He'll hand the ball off to Fleming again. Fleming's hit immediately right down the middle of the field. So no gain on the play.
Yeah, I'd like to see a play-action rollout here on 3rd down.
It'll be 3rd and 6. Well, I think 2nd down was the down to try the play-action rollout.
Yeah.
3rd and goal. Montverde Academy trying to get into the end zone for the first time here tonight, only 5 yards from the goal line. At this point, you're looking at 2-down territory. And so you can reach into the entire playbook right now.
Yeah. The only reason they'd kick it is if they're still working on something with their kicker, but...
DeClerc, single back formation, takes the snap. He will hand it off to Fleming. No, rolls out to the outside. Will throw it to a receiver. It's Kesniak, and the catch is made for the touchdown. Nice rollout play. He's gotten me twice on the rollout play, but who else for Montverde Academy but Trent Kesniak to catch the touchdown and put them on the board in the second half for the first time.
And making me look smart on the way.
And an interesting rollout. Great decision to roll out to the opposite side.
They've done that several times, and it's worked nicely for them. As long as he stops to get his feet set, there's no reason why he can't make a good throw rolling to his left.
Extra point is up. Extra point is no good. So the score will remain 35-9. Extra point is wide lift from Aguayo. 8:56 left here in the fourth quarter. But the Eagles get on the board with their first touchdown here tonight. And that was an interesting series after a tremendous run by Myron Fleming to get down the field. An 88-yard run by Fleming. A series of interesting play calls. Get 6 points for the Barons. On first down, they bring in another quarterback. On second down, bring back the old quarterback. Hand the ball off again. And then the third down play, the play-action rollout, gets them into the end zone.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is that there must have been some sort of minor injury that required DeClerc to sit out a play.
That may have happened. They did call timeout to get their other quarterback some extra snaps. But he might have been down and might have been required to get off the field. You're right, Earl. Well, now we'll see what Montverde decides to do. We've seen them onside kick already here tonight. And that was when the game was fully within reach in the first quarter. They may start doing that here the rest of the way.
Number 67 and number 5 back to receive for the Barons.
Marcus Rubel and Elvisi Jalapio is back to receive for the Barons. But we'll see what Montverde Academy decides to do. They're lined up like they would kick a regular kickoff, and they do kick it deep. They do kick it over to the side of Elevisi Jalapillo, and why not? He is back to receive, and he's an offensive and defensive lineman. So if you're going to kick it anywhere, you kick it at him.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, that one bounced out of bounds, so they're going to get nice field position on it.
So a smart play by Jalapillo. And they'll get the ball. St. Pete Catholic will. With some pretty good field position. 8:50 left in the fourth. St. Pete Catholic will get the ball. We'll see where they mark it off as. They'll give the referees will officially place the ball at the 35-yard line, and that's where this possession will start for St. Pete Catholic.
Jake Picard, substitute for quarterback.
We'll have the backup quarterback in now for St. Pete Catholic. Jake Picard will come in and relieve Jack Sheehan. Picard fumbles the snap, hands it off, and St. Pete Catholic will gain minimal yardage on the play. Looked like Sneed on the carry. Adrian Sneed.
Now, Jake Picard is a very small quarterback. He's 5'8", $145. I have a feeling that one or both of those numbers might be slightly exaggerated as well. He looks very little. I assume that he's the backup quarterback because he's shown some good arm skills, and they're hoping that he will continue to grow.
Picard will line up under center, split, offset eye. He'll turn around. He'll hand the ball off again. This time does not fumble this snap. Sneed again on the carry. He'll gain a few yards and is able to get about 5 yards on the play. Actually, that was a very nice spot. He gains 8 yards. It'll be third and about 1 for St. Pete Catholic. It's even hard to see Jake Picard when he goes under center.
He is a little boy. And it looks like his line is trying to squat down super, super low so he can see over him.
Here's the snap. Quick inside handoff this time. Another fumble on the exchange. Montverde Academy trying to get to the football. Not sure who recovered. There was a lot of yellow and white around that football.
I think Picard landed on it. The question was, could he hold it under the pile?
We'll find out. Montverde Academy has the football. That's the first turnover of the ball game, and you can feel the momentum is definitely on the side of Montverde Academy. And Jake Picard comes into this game and doesn't have too much success at the quarterback position. Two tough plays. One center quarterback exchange that didn't go too well, and then his exchange with the running back Sneed on that play caused the fumble, and Montverde was able to recover.
Yeah. But these are exactly the kinds of things that a coach wants to do. Get a young freshman who's little in a game like this so that he can get some experience under his belt. Because, again, if he does grow another couple of inches, he may be their quarterback of the future, and the more experience he has when he takes over, the better.
Rollout play by Montverde. DeClerc throws it, and he finds his favorite receiver, Trent Kisniak, to the outside. He gains about 7 or 8 yards and gets down to the 34-yard line. It'll be second down and short for Montverde Academy when we come back from this official timeout here in beautiful St. Petersburg, Florida. Welcome back to Joe Paul Stadium, 35-9, 6:28 left in the fourth quarter. Barons lead. DeClerc takes the handoff and will hand it to his favorite running back, Myron Fleming, on 2nd and 4. Fleming does fall forward. He'll gain about 3 yards on the carry. Does not quite get to the first down marker. It's 3rd and 1 for Montverde. They will give him the first down. Very interesting spot there. If anything, that deserved a measurement. Ball is on the 30-yard line. 1st and 10.
At 35-9 with 6 minutes left, you just go.
You have to get everything right. Hold high standards. DeClerc takes the snap. He'll fake the handoff to Fleming. Will throw up a pass to absolutely nobody over by the 10-yard marker. His receiver was not on the same page, or he just totally had the ball slip out of his hands. And if that was the case, DeClerc is very, very lucky that he was able to get enough force on it to throw the ball out of bounds.
Yeah. If it's going to slip out of your hands, have it slip out where there's no defenders either.
So that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. 5:55 left in the fourth quarter. DeClerc under center, his single back Fleming, one wide receiver to the left, one to the right. He'll play action pass again, and this time St. Pete Catholic brings the linebacker blitz from the outside on both edges, and they're able to get to DeClerc. Montverde head coach Brian Trewick probably telegraphing that play just based on how he's played and how he's used his strategy here tonight. They were all over it.
Yeah, that was not the result of that play that Montverde was hoping for.
So it'll be a 5-yard loss for Montverde Academy. 3rd and 15 now from the 35-yard line. DeClerc lines up under center. This time he'll have one receiver to his left, two to his right. He takes the snap. He throws it up quick to Kisniak. Kisniak makes the catch at the original line of scrimmage, then turns down the field. He'll get to about the 28-yard line. It'll be 4th down and 7 for Montverde Academy. They will go for it here, down by 26. We'll see what play they can come up with. They were actually successful on a 4th down play in their last drive that helped them get down the field. DeClerc under center. They'll use the same formation. I'll have a referee blow the whistle. We'll see what's going on here. It looks like we'll have a timeout. We'll have to see which team called the timeout. And it will be Montverde Academy on the 4th and 7 who will want to talk this over to call the best play they possibly can to pick up that first down and hopefully put some more points on the board for their fans. Barons lead 35-9, 4:14 left here in the fourth quarter. You're listening to Friday Night Football here on PlayOnSports.com.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more.
Welcome back to Joe Paul Stadium here in St. Petersburg, Florida. St. Pete Catholic leads the Montverde Academy Eagles 35-9 here in the fourth quarter with only 4:14 remaining in the ball game. We have a 4th and 7 situation here on PlayOnSports.com. DeClerc under center. He'll have a single back Fleming behind him, 2 receivers. He drops back to throw. He's pressured, and he is eventually sacked and taken down by by number 50,
Sacked by number 67.
number 67, Elvisi Jalapillo. And really, DeClerc had no chance on that play.
No, and the irony is his running back, I didn't quite catch the number. It might have been Fleming, actually picked up that blitz and blocked him, but only for a split second, and it didn't seem to matter.
So Montverde Academy turns the ball over on downs. We'll see what St. Pete Catholic decides to do here with 4:09 remaining in the fourth quarter. See if they throw the ball at all. Picard still in at quarterback. He'll take the snap. He'll make the handoff, this time inside to Sneed. Sneed is hit immediately. But you have to like, if you're St. Pete Catholic, the fact that there was a clean exchange from the center and a clean handoff to the running back after the last possession.
Yeah, absolutely. But, again, that first one possession could have been just completely nerves. I'm not sure how many times Picard has had a chance to be in the game at all this season. Those could have been his first few possessions altogether.
He is getting a chance to play here tonight. You can see that Steve Dudley is definitely protecting him with some tight formations. Quick play, quick handoff to the outside. This was a receiver in motion. That was Adrian Sneed once again with the carry. He loses a yard or two. It'll be third down and about 9 from the 36-yard line. That was hard to see where he handed the ball off, and all of a sudden Sneed just popped out with it.
Yep.
Picard is now seemingly off the field, and back into the game is Jack Sheehan on the third down play. Doesn't look like they trust him too much on the third downs. Quick pitch play to the outside. Here's Josh Sneed. Josh Sneed cuts it to the outside, gets through a few defenders, finally is taken down at the 46-yard line of the Eagles, but a great run, a shifty run by Josh Sneed to pick up the first down on a third and long situation.
Yeah, and he used most of the field to his advantage on that one. He went up the middle, out to the right, hooked back, came way left.
So clock will stop with 2:28 left to move the chains on the first down by St. Pete Catholic. And a wonderful run by Sneed. He's wanting to get it in the end zone to put one on the board, just like his brother has 2 on the board already.
Yeah.
Picard back into the game.
Picard is so small, it's like he's invisible.
Picard will make the handoff inside to the fullback. This is number 50 up the middle. That's the first time we've seen this fullback. It's Joseph Ohatafe with a first down run all the way down to the 32-yard line. And that was a slow developing play, but the handoff to Ohatafe caught everyone off guard. It looked like he was just in there to block because of his size, and he was able to get the first down off that fullback dive play.
Yep, that was a beautiful play, well executed.
Clock still ticking. Picard under center. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Adrian Sneed in motion. Picard turns around, hands the ball off to Josh Sneed. Josh Sneed gets it to the outside, picks up the first down, and is tackled at the 15-yard line. Looks like he was knocked out of bounds. Chains will move once again.
And it looks like young Picard here is developing some comfort level running the offense a little bit.
It looks like he has more comfort level when his receivers are in motion.
Yeah.
Anytime there's an option play or anytime he has the opportunity to decide what he's going to do with the football, it seems like he's more comfortable than the straight I formation plays.
Yeah, it does.
Picard under center again. 2 backs behind him. They're in an offset I. He'll hand it to the deep back. This is Josh Sneed. Josh Snead is hit immediately for no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 15-yard line. And you can see that St. Pete Catholic and head coach Steve Dudley are definitely letting Picard try to figure out what he needs to do to hand the ball off correctly, to make good center quarterback exchanges. And that's what they've been working on.
Yeah.
And they've been getting some great runs in the process.
Yep.
Picard in the same formation, 2 split backs behind him, Snead in motion again. He fumbles this snap. It's picked up by Picard. He'll lose some yardage, and he'll lose about 5 down to the 20-yard line. As soon as we started giving him some praise.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm becoming an instant fan of Jack Picard, if for nothing else, because he might be the smallest human being I've ever seen on a football field in uniform. And I just can't help but root for literally the underdog. He is a tiny little man.
He is, and he is performing to kind of where you expect him to perform, especially if this is his first time really seeing some action here this year.
Yeah, he is a freshman. I don't believe there were any recorded passing yards by anybody on this team other than Sheehan. So if he's gotten in before, it's been just for handoffs like it has been tonight.
35-9 still our score. Handoff right down the middle to Uhatafe again, and he'll barrel his way down to about the 10-yard line, 10-yard gain. There is a flag on the play. We'll see what that flag is. Only 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. We wait for the official signal. It'll be a face mask on the defense, so it'll be a first down St. Pete Catholic. Half the distance to the goal. And we'll see what St. Pete Catholic does here. This should probably be the last play of the ball game.
Probably, yes.
Unless they get into the end zone. So it's 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Picard under center again, exact same formation. 2 receivers and 2 split backs. Picard takes the snap, hands it up the inside to Uhatafe, and he gets into the end zone with 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Joseph Uhatafe, the offensive lineman and linebacker who's been playing fullback on this drive, gets the touchdown to put St. Pete Catholic up 41-9. And coming in for the extra point will be number 11, Garrett Valero. This will be his 2nd extra point attempt of the game. Snap is low, kick is up, high, and through the uprights. St. Pete Catholic now leads 42-9. Should have one more kickoff. We'll see what the strategy is for St. Pete Catholic. They've been kicking it deep all night. And this is the standard you squib it kick at any level of play. Yeah. Just to run the time off the clock. But we will see what they decide to do.
They haven't done that in any of the other positions where they might.
I don't think they're going to.
I don't think they're going to, and perhaps it's not something they've really worked on very much. High school kicking games are wildly erratic. There are a lot of high schools that have kickers that can't do anything other than an extra point, and then you have high schools like the one on TV from last night's game. That kid out in Washington. Are you familiar with that play?
I did not see that, no.
There was a kid playing for a high school somewhere out in Washington State who, as time expired, hit a 67-yard field goal to tie the game and send it to overtime.
As a former soccer player, I really appreciate kickers, and I love to hear that kind of story. 67 yards, that's 4 yards longer than the NFL record.
Yep. And just to see a high school kid lined up on his own 47, it almost makes you stop and go, wait, what are you doing? But he nailed it, and they went to overtime, and his team won in overtime by a touchdown.
So
Fortunately, somebody had their iPhone video on it. Otherwise, there'd have been no recording of that one.
And no one would have ever known. But now that kid has some great highlight tape to send to many colleges around the country. Here's the kickoff. Valero will kick it off this time. He will kick it deep. It is fielded by Fleming. He does drop the kick. There are whistles down. And that will do it here at Joe Paul Stadium. An interesting way to end the game. But the final score is 42-9, St. Pete Catholic over the Montverde Academy Eagles. Will it be the final play of the game or not?
Well,
the clock reads 0.
I don't
the
know
players
if
are coming back on the field.
Looks like they might want to re-kick this one.
Well, there was 6.6 seconds left. That was a weird situation. I was wondering why the referee was waiting for the end of the game. But the kick will be redone as an untimed down. So Valero will go back to kick. Valero, a much smaller kicker than Bermudez. A little less muscle tone, so he's getting some work here on the kickoff. Let's see how deep he can get it. He takes the kick. It's a low line drive. This one hits at about the 30. It bounces up in the air. It's returned by Montverde Academy. That will end the game as Montverde Academy fielded the ball, got it to about the 36-yard line. That was Caleb Stafford who was able to pick up the ball. But a 42-9 victory moves the St. Pete Catholic Barons to 3-4 and moves the Montverde Academy Eagles to 0-7 on the season.
Yeah, it was a good game, especially if you're a St. Pete fan. Montverde, they got one touchdown and one field goal. They got lots of coaching opportunities. And hopefully they'll be able to watch our tape and learn from it and get a little better for next week.
Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to stay tuned to playonsports.com for our post-game coverage. We'll wrap up all the action in our post-game show, and we'll have an interview with our player of the game. That's coming up in just a few moments. Once again, the St. Pete Catholic Barons defeated the Montverde Academy Eagles 42-9 on Friday Night Football on playonsports.com, your destination for high school sports.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Welcome back to PlayOnSports.com coverage of Friday Night Football. I'm joined here by Tony Jones of St. Pete Catholic, our player of the game. Tony, 2 touchdowns, 1 receiving touchdown, so 3 touchdowns overall, and a touchdown-saving tackle. Just talk about the game you had tonight.
I just wanted to do it for my dad, and my mom, and my brothers.
That's very, very family-oriented, and that's always appreciated, I'm sure, by everyone. We had a great cheering section right in front of us here tonight. You could see all the Jones jerseys in the crowd. Talk a little bit about some of the touchdowns he scored. He had a 12-yard touchdown run, a 1-yard touchdown run, and then a nice 48-yard touchdown pass.
Well, I see it, and then I just go with it, I guess.
Now, talk about playing both offense and defense down there. I mean, their running back, Fleming, had a tremendous run, 88 yards down the field, and it looked like he was going to be able to break free, but you showed some great and tremendous speed catching him from behind.
My dad told me don't never take a play off, so I started pushing, and then he started stumbling, so I started hurrying up and going to catch him.
So this win moves your team to 3-4 on the season. What would it mean to you to get back to 4-4 and 500 on the season in your next game?
That'll be a real good booster for us because our team, they always go 2-8, and we beat the record today, so it'll be a good booster for us.
So that third win was really important for you guys here tonight, and that fourth one would be even more exciting. Well, Tony Jones, thank you for joining us here on PlayOnSports.com. You had a great game.
Thank you.
Congratulations. We'll be right back to finish our post-game show here on PlayOnSports.com. Thank you, Tony.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.